All right, here we go. Intro to the Ready Go.
Live in conjunction with Lock TV and Raw Live Studios. It's the Dames Marvs Show with Frankie J. And here's your host, Dames Marvs.
I have the power.
The fuck?
I'm getting sick of Billie Jean lying up in this motherfucker.
Yeah, me too.
That, as you can see, is not Frankie J. Got a little more hair, a little less tattoos. That's Ben Shrewsbury. Ben joining us for the third consecutive show.
Fourth in 2 weeks, technically, because I was a guest
this
last
is
week.
only the eighth show that we have. We got a good guest today. He does have a hard stop, so we're going to get to him as quick as possible today. As quick as possible. But
Quite possible.
you know what? We'll do birthdays after we bring up. You guys, the guest that I want to tell you about today, his name's Kyle Hickman. He comes from an amazing podcast called Munson's at the Movies, and I'm going to show you. This is what you're going to look for when you go searching for this guy in this podcast. I'm not going to tell you what they do because that's kind of why he's here. So without further ado, let's get our guest up, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kyle Hickman. What up?
Attaboy Looper! You got to start with
Hey, you, Kyle.
Just, living my best Roy E. Munson life, apparently. And just happy to join you fellas on a Friday evening / afternoon, wherever you're listening from. Clearly not tired at all from a long work week,
Yes.
but we're here.
I'm in Eternia, just so you know.
Oh.
Ben is in a wrestling ring of some sort. I don't know where that combo comes from, but we're bringing it to you. So, okay, Kyle, how do I know you?
Oh, you and I know each other through very official and public channels, just through the podcasting world. We connected through your brother, who Dane is an early friend of the podcast, and you've been a steady contributor as a guest Munson on our podcast for the better part of 3 or 4 years now. So
And
just been celebrating your successes every step you go.
he's also a jobby. Just so
That's what I've heard.
a jobber.
That's the word on the street.
Jobber. Okay, so welcome to the show. Hope you have a great weekend because you've clearly will have earned it after this. Okay.
Well, I am an unpaid movie critic. So,
Yeah, me too.
Whatever we get out of this.
Honestly, I looked through it. I reviewed over 1,500 movies in 2025.
That's incredible.
That's full reviews, ridiculous.
Too many.
And that includes over 200 movies from 2025 that were made in that year. So that's a lot. When the Oscar list came out, I was like, everything's done. All I got to do is I don't have to be like, oh, I wonder what that film is about because I've seen them all. Kyle, I'm going to bring up this logo again. You tell me how long you've been doing this. Munson's at the Movies.
Yeah, so we've been doing that. We just released episode 130, and we started in February of 2020. So we've been going strong for almost 6 years. It'll be 6 years next month. So we've inspired by the collective love for the movie Kingpin, Big Ern McCracken, Roy E. Munson, and alliteration, because that's what you need when you're building out a new show. Now we've been cranking away at reviewing random actors for the past 6 years and getting really excited to dig deep into their filmography. So it's been a hell of a ride.
How many members are in this group, and are they all the same?
So there's 4 regulars: myself, Aubrey, James, and Craig. And myself, James, and Craig are all OGs, have been there since the start. Aubrey started as a guest, and when 2 of our originals over time kind of had family stuff, or one of them had a job that was in the evenings, Warren and in Rigby, we brought in Aubrey as kind of our 4th. And then every episode we always have a guest. So yours truly, has joined us on 4 or 5 occasions now to talk about random actors pulled from a hat.
Can you name them all?
Ooh, let's see.
He's like, I got a spreadsheet.
I have so many tools at my disposal.
I know that the last one we did was my favorite because it was Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah.
And he's the fucking GOAT, dude. He's the GOAT. Like,
some people come to the show and pick actors like Robert Forster, who people are like, I've never really heard of him. And then you're like, I'm going to pick DDL because let's see the GOAT do the work. And I respect it. But
that's a catalog I just wanted to dive into again because I was in the middle of reviewing movies. I was like, I can also use every movie I watch as a review for my own selfish narratives.
Well, and it worked out too because that was right when Anemone came out, his son's movie that he directed. So it was really, really good timing to kind of coincide with that. But let's look at your filmography of appearances. First one was Bryan Cranston. You gave him a very high score.
Yes.
As he deserves. It's Bryan Cranston.
I mean, I think he's kind of like, you've got Daniel Day-Lewis on his own level. Like, he's literally on his own tier in the pyramid. If there's a cap of the pyramid, he's there. Bryan Cranston's on the next rung down for me.
I mean, you gave him 95, so
he's unbelievably talented and versatile. But yeah, go ahead.
One of the most iconic actors in a TV show in our generation, that's for sure.
Yes, for sure.
Second appearance was Daryl Hannah. Definitely a different performer, but still memorable nonetheless. Next one, what did you have next? You had John Turturro.
Oh, that's right.
So deep into the Coen brothers bag on that one.
I've had some bangers. And then what's the one that I bitched out on you at the last minute?
Sean William Scott is the one that you bailed on us.
And then
but don't forget J-Law. You did J-Law with us, Jennifer Lawrence. So.
Gosh. And this is a good opportunity to tell everybody, I will be joining you again in February. Well, my recording will be on the 23rd, but when does that episode air? Do you know?
That episode will land
March 5th, I think you said it
March
was?
5th. Yep, Thursday, March 5th.
So on my mother's 72nd birthday, she'll have the present of a lifetime, which is me with the Munsons for 3 hours. So when I say 3 hours, that's what this show typically is. Like, do you guys have a time, or do you just say we're going to go until we're done? I know you do a lot of editing. I do not.
We do a lot of editing. So as you know, we probably record anywhere from 3 to 3.5 hours of content. And then by the time we edit that puppy, we're down to about 2 hours. So it's basically the length of a feature film in most cases.
So all of my good jokes get cut. Thank you.
The inappropriate ones get cut. How about that?
Really? Is that a thing?
I don't
You guys have a threshold of...
I've got a threshold of bullshit they'll allow. And then,
right.
They got to have blackmail for you later.
Go ahead, Ben.
Most of my jokes and Damon's jokes would have to be edited out if you're editing out.
I was going to say, I have a threshold of bullshit, and it's sitting right next to me in the upper panel.
What? We record 3 to 3.5 hours. But when you're trying to tell the full story of a performer from kind of early life and the influences that led him to getting into the world of acting all the way to first major role through highest critic score, lowest critic, and then all the weird personal life stuff and off the screen drama. It's what's cool about our format is that other than prescribing the main reviews, which we have 5 every episode, everybody just kind of preps what they want. They watch what they want. And we build a pretty comprehensive show notes, as you've seen, that tries to tell a story about who that performer is, kind of what led him to stardom or what brought him down, that kind of thing. And we just kind of see what people prepped. So it's always interesting to see how the pieces come together.
Now, how did you come up with this format? Did you guys was it one person? And who's the lead? I kind of feel like you're the lead guy, but I don't want to assign those, but you're the one that I've dealt with. So
the origin of the podcast came about when we were in late 2019, early 2020, talking through movie podcasts that are a dime a dozen that are talking about new releases and things like that. But there really isn't much out there in terms of really doing a deep dive on the career of actors. And so we said, let's create a show format that allows us to do that, but do it in a way that is less subjective, right? So, I send you a bunch of actors, you get to pick one of those, but those actors are all randomly selected from a list of about 1,000 actors, right? So very rarely are we picking who we're covering. We're just kind of letting chance.
You know what?
choose
Let's
our
talk about that
destiny.
for a second, because
Yeah.
I've always thought, I'm like, all right, they're out here selling to the public that it's some random wheel that selects actors, but here they're
Weird
giving me a
science.
list to choose from, and I'm like, WTF, MFOs.
No, we've got that big list. We randomly select 5 from the list, and then we say the wheel decides, because it started as a wheel, though. You put the 5 on, you'd spin it, and whatever it landed on, we've covered. So we've leaned into technology in a much more efficient way these days, but the same concept is true. When you get a list of actors as a guest, it's a group of actors that were randomly selected, and so we try to let our guests kind of pick. I don't want to auto assign you, I don't know, Anna Faris, and you're like, Kyle, I don't care about Anna Faris. I don't want to do that, right? So I'd rather give you a list, let you pick.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of what I was like, okay, I see that, even if they are manipulating the public a little bit, which I clearly understand that you're not now. I was like, I get it, because you don't want to land in that scenario where you have a guest that's excited to be there.
Yeah.
And they're like, I can only find 2 of this person's movies, and I really don't want to sit there for 3 hours and talk about Mark Ruffalo. Which, if you ever do, I'm on board.
Well,
Kyle.
Once you've been a guest for long enough, you get to call dibs. Like Corey the other day, she called dibs on an actor. She just texted me. She's like, if you ever cover this person, I want them. And I was like,
I think I told
it.
you, if you ever get to Jack Nicholson, and
Yep.
I'm like, please, I don't care if I was on the episode before.
We had a guy, Mike Vandevoort, one of our other guests. He was like, if you ever cover Alan Tudyk, and he called his shot during an episode because he's a voice actor. He's like, if you ever cover Alan Tudyk, and then who popped up from the wheel was Alan Tudyk. And I was like, here you go, Mike. Enjoy. So go ahead, Ben.
Has there ever been an actor that popped up on the wheel and the guest selected, and you thought these movies were about to be really good, and then you watch them and you're like, oh no, this show might be in trouble?
That's what's fun about it, because a lot of times you go in with whatever if you're a kid in the 90s, you might have watched a bunch of stuff from the 90s, but you have no clue what their body of work was from the 70s and 80s. And then you learn really quickly, you're like, this person's just running on like superstardom firepower, but there's no range to their game. There's no, they're playing the same type of character, and without taking a step back and looking at it that way, you never would have realized it. You'd just be like, I love Harrison Ford. Like Case hates Harrison Ford, James. So when we covered Harrison Ford, he was like objectively angry that the wheel selected Harrison Ford, because he hates Harrison Ford.
I'm going to be talking about Harrison Ford later on once you're gone.
We'll go listen to our episode with Harrison Ford.
In my notes, that blows my mind. I hate him now.
But what's cool about the show is, I love the DDLs, right? The Daniel Day-Lewis's, because everyone's going to click that, and he's a phenomenal actor. And there's like his lowest critic score is like a 58 from critics. So like, it's for a lot of actors, that's mid-range. But what's cool about the show is when we get someone like Aidan Gillen or Robert Forster or Seymour Cassell, or like actors that a lot of the public wouldn't really know. Maybe they recognize them, but we get a chance to really dig into those people and the weird roles they played in movies we never would have watched before. And it's cool. It's like Deborah Winger. Who thinks this, like, review Deborah Winger? But then you learn about the wild shit, like her inside the industry is just wild over the years, and the conflict she had with male actors in particular. So just an interesting experience.
All right. So as I recall, every time we do this, everybody involved in the show for that episode gives a ranking between 0 and 100 to the actor. You then put that into what we used to call the cult thermometer, and you throw up a score.
The Munson meter.
Can you give me I like the top 5 that you guys have had, and then maybe the bottom 5? Are you cool with that?
No, 100%. This is we love recapping at the end of episodes, kind of where they fall right after we score them. But this is a good kind of top and bottom. So Top 5, fifth with an 89.83 is J Law, Jennifer Lawrence. So one of your episodes. Philip Seymour Hoffman comes in at 4th with a 90.17. Michael Caine comes in 3rd at 90.6. Second is Leo DiCaprio at 95 on the dot. And then first is Daniel Day-Lewis with a 97.6. For the record, 3 people gave him 100s of the 5 on the episode that day. So
I'm surprised Jennifer Lawrence is that high because she's been in some weird side stuff that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
You're high. She's amazing, dude.
I was the lowest one in that. I gave her an 80 for a variety of reasons, but James gave her a 95.
Yeah, that makes the most sense to me.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that.
The rest of the top 10 are Jamie Lee Curtis, Michelle Williams, Max von Sydow, Maggie Smith, and Jeff Bridges. That's the rounds that are top 10 in 6 years.
Well, yeah, and I mean, think about it. You're only 130 actors in at this point.
Yeah.
So it's man, you could go another 6 years and still not have
a Denzel.
Like a Denzel in there.
Tom Hanks.
The stupid wheel.
You sound like Aubrey. Aubrey's like, Kyle, people pay him. He'll mess with the wheel. I'm like, no, the wheel decides.
So, okay, let me ask you this. How many, when you do the wheel thing, how many actors are on your master list to be chosen from the wheel? Like
it's
thousands?
It's always growing. Right now it's 960.
Okay.
But you find someone every once in a while and you're like we just did Irfan Khan. And in that process, we identified a few Bollywood actors. We're like, hey, let's make sure they're on our list because they would be really cool people to cover at some point. So it's always growing.
I think I like your approach because I think a lot of people would leave out people like Frank Langella.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not like a Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are most people want to go all heavy up front and then not trickle in these lower actors until they've covered all the mainstays. But that's kind of, I've worked with people on shows before and it usually lasts I don't know. I'm in season 4 of NFL and I have had a different cast, sometimes multiple casts in the same season. And it's like, dude, it's hard to get to stay with something. So when you take the approach that you're taking, did you have any concerns that you were going to be like, okay, this is all going to be dead and gone by the time we get to anybody good?
Yeah, our first couple episodes, so episode 1 was JGL, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and then the second one was John Lithgow, which everyone was like, are you just trying to cover one show? And we're like, no, it's all randomly selected, but I get it. Third Rock from the Sun, you think is the theme here. But then we went straight into Regina Hall for our third one. But what you experience there in that process is we all have score regret. Every single one of us, right? That are like, hey, we didn't see a thing. We wish we would have scored. Like
you and Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, not a chance. She's a great actress. Don't get me wrong, but she doesn't touch like Michelle Williams. Come on, Michelle Williams is way better. But anyways, we all have our own little scoring systems. But like Regina Hall, I would rate at least 10 points higher today, just because of her work in one battle after another. But it's been 6 years since we covered her, right? So we've talked about rescoring and things like that, but that's what's cool. It's completely random. It's not subjective for the most part. And it allows us to talk about Gabriel Byrne. Do you think people were excited when Gabriel Byrne was picked? No. But did we do it and do it justice? You bet your asses we did.
See, that's what I love, dude, because I don't know that I could have the same level of excitement. I'm being honest with you. I would I would listen to the show no matter who it is, because it's entertaining.
The personalities and the story.
Right, the personalities, the stories, you learn things that you didn't know about people that were in these films, and it's just that's kind of cool. But it's if I'm like, oh, the new episode of Roseanne's on, or what, but I have to go record this show right now. Do I really want to do that? That was a bad example.
We're a podcast for film nerds who love exploring this type of stuff. And the way I always say with fans is we create your access point. So when people are like, we want to check out the show, what we should listen to? Pick your favorite actor. I'll give you some recs. I think the Jamie Lee Curtis episode is incredible. If you want something informative and funny, go see the Willem Dafoe episode. We talk about his giant dong halfway through. Like, you get the Willem Dafoe experience, and you get the really weird stuff about, because Willem Dafoe is a wild and wacky dude. You know, you just never know what's going to come up, especially because we have so many guests from such unique backgrounds, former actors, podcasters, people that work in the industry, documentary filmmakers, good friends, like all across the board. So, but anyways, you guys asked who the bottom 5 were, and let me give you that because I can't withhold that data from you. And I want to hear your reaction on whether or not you think these are bottom 5 of 130 episodes actor material.
Ooh, I'm gonna probably have some venom to spit on this one.
You might, especially a cult film guy like you might have some venom to spit. We'll see. So number 126 is Jay Hernandez at 55.8. Feels founded. That was a relatively recent episode. We joked that he played every sports character possible except a basketball player, and we think he's an atrocious basketball player because of it. It's the only conclusion you can draw. 127th is Annie McDowell. Her score was sunk by Chip giving her a 33 out of 100 on his Munson meter as our guest.
That's rough.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, everybody else is in like the 55 to 65 range with her, but that 33 sunk her to the bottom. So outlier city, but hey, every score is real. We don't micromanage that. So 128th is William Atherton at a 54.17. I mean, in some great movies like Ghostbusters and Die Hard, but generally speaking, most people outside of film nerds know who William Atherton is, and that, you know, it's nature of the game. But it was an interesting deep dive. 129th, David Arquette with a 53.8.
This should have been 130th. I'm sorry. I don't like David Arquette at all. I think David Arquette is
his filmography is pretty brutal.
It's so bad.
We gave him a lot of credit for being a pretty incredible wrestling fan and his commitment to that world. But a lot of his movies.
No, he's not even a good wrestling fan.
Have you seen that documentary with him when he goes and tries to become a wrestler? It's wild.
It's horrible. He's horrible. They put the world title on him in WCW. He should have said no.
Dane is over here commenting about she was in ground.
I'm gonna like throw my voice as though I'm Kyle. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, well, you had an opportunity to join for that episode."
No.
And then last, go ahead, Ben.
I would have, if I was on that David Arquette episode, I would have made sure this guy ended up in last. I would have done whatever it took.
You would have pulled a chip and gave him a 33.
He's cutting a promo right now to take down
David Arquette.
Go listen to our episode and decide your own choices on that, I guess is what I would tell your audience. Scope it out.
Dead last.
Last. And he's been in last for a long time, and I don't know if it's deserved, but it's Chris O'Dowd at 53.5, which I like Chris O'Dowd. I think he's done some interesting stuff. Bridesmaids, Moon Boy. He's done a bunch of really interesting stuff, but he's atrocious in other movies. So
the ego on this kid.
That's right. Dane was in the Alicia Vikander episode. I don't know if any popes were present or crying, but let's see where Vikander landed. And
while you're doing that,
83rd is where she sits at 69.33. Yeah, exactly. Dane Michael. Apparently that's controversial take, that photo. So that's kind of the bottom of the list. The other ones that are close are Kevin Spacey. We had one person who Case wouldn't rate him. He was like out of just principle.
Oh, can we talk about, because
that was a fascinating episode to do. 'Cause how do you rate a guy like that?
All bullshit aside with Kevin Spacey.
Great actor, but piece of shit human.
He's a 90 for me.
His average is a 59, so you could see people were really conflicted on how to judge
Well, you
his
guys
acting.
are like the Hall of Fame voters for the Major League Baseball.
I wouldn't have rated him either if it makes
Case wouldn't
anybody
do
feel
it.
any better.
Yeah,
I would have done
You
the
know
same
what?
thing he did.
He's the one that hates Harrison Ford too.
Yeah, Case hates Harrison Ford.
He's problematic.
I disagree with the
guy's
Harrison
problematic.
Ford take, but I do agree with the Kevin Spacey take.
Go listen to the episode. He'll give you the feedback
I'm
on
gonna
that,
have words
but-
with him on the 23rd, sir.
Other bottom feeders are Sean William Scott, Jim Belushi, Gugu Mbatha Raw, Natasha Lyonne, and Dan Hedaya.
I wonder what I would have given Sean William Scott if I had shown up for that episode.
I don't know. I mean,
I wonder what you would have given Jim Belushi. I feel like you would have either loved him or torn him a new
I
asshole.
really
What would
don't.
you
His face annoys me, dude. Like, just his existence annoys me.
he's a proud entrepreneur. I'll give him that. And he is one of the few Munson actors we've covered who actually engaged with us on Instagram through the process. Like when we're posting on Instagram about the episode, he was like, make sure you talk about these movies. So I was
Really?
like, that's pretty cool.
No, that's very cool. And I've come across some people that, like, when I review a movie and they respond, I'm always like, oh gosh, this was never intended for you to see it.
My favorite back in the day, Lauren. So we would post like the 5 actors around the wheel on Instagram and Twitter and all that, and we would tag the actors in them. And I remember at one point Lauren Weedman commented, she's like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't have tagged you. I could try to explain this, but it's not going to go well."
Oh man, yeah. There was a movie that I reviewed. Came up. I try to do a lot of things from like 2025, things that are like relevant right now, right? And so this movie came up on Amazon Prime, and I'm like, cool, it's on Amazon Prime. I don't know anything about it. It's from this year. It's called Open. So I try and watch it, and I'm like, this is god awful. It's the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, it has a cool poster.
Interesting.
So I watched it, and I'm like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen. I posted my review. I think I gave it a 6. A 6
out of 10 or out of 25?
100. Out of 100.
Oh my!
And we're like, Armageddon got like 40 in the 40s for me, and I hate that movie. So I gave this a 6. And I'm checking my TikTok, and the director of the movie is like,
"Oh no,
ouch, bro."
Oh man. Yeah, you're like,
and so I said, look, it's not like I thought it. He goes, look, I lucked into it getting on. He's like, it was just me and a bunch of friends with a camera. There was no script. We just, and somehow lucked into getting it on Amazon Prime as a distributor. And I'm like, all right, I don't apologize for my score, but I would love to have you on my show. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. So he's going to be on the show.
Nice.
But
and he's going to eviscerate you publicly.
Yeah, and that's fine, because I already like roasted him pretty hard. So
you've made it as a critic if filmmakers are telling you, "Hey, you're an asshole."
Yeah. Worth noting, I saw 4 movies last year that came out last year. 3 of them were 3 of the worst movies I've ever saw. I acknowledge that was bad luck. I just made 3 really bad. You ever do that where you make like some really bad choices movie
That's a
watching
decision-making problem right there. That's not
just consecutively making bad decisions, and you're like, what's going on here?
75% is a trend, and that has to do with marketing and how it appeals to you. I think I don't know, but
so, how do you keep fresh with your guests?
The guest list has it's kind of evolved over the years, right? People have selected in, selected out. Our guests, we have enough of them to where there's a good rotation to where people aren't hearing from the same people all the time, other than obviously us. But we've got a good crew to where, as you know, I mean, you're probably not recording more than once every 8 months or so, because we release episodes every 3 weeks or so. In the early days, it was every 2 weeks during COVID, which, when I think about it now, the turnaround time and prep is just bananas. But
yeah, I'm like, I'll do an episode, and then like a week later, you'd be like, who do you want to join us for? I'm like, God, dude, I just was on there. Give me and then he's like, yeah, it's next September. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like, I just need the answer so I can put it on my schedule.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
send you a calendar hold. We'll lock it in. But
yeah,
we're just fortunate to have guests like yourself, from people from all walks of background, so that everybody brings a little something different. Like one of our guests, Lauren, she's based out of Pittsburgh. She's been doing extra work on films forever. And so like, I love her perspective on what she brings to just understanding filmmaking. Corey brings this really cool perspective on PR, like thinking about the publicists for actors and why they take certain roles. And I always find that really fascinating. So everybody's a little bit different and brings something different. And I think that's what keeps the show fresh. And picking the most random actors possible. So that helps as well.
Okay, I'm going to ask you confidentially. Have you ever gotten like 4 in a row from the wheel that you're like, dude, we literally can't put these 4 out? And have you manipulated it from there? Come on.
No, but there are actors that are sitting in that bucket of guest selections that have been sitting there a long time that no guest has picked up. And you've seen the names, and you've probably seen it for the last few years. You're like, interesting. That nobody's picked them.
Yeah, she's still on there.
Like when Daniel Day-Lewis and these actors hit, they disappear quickly. It's whoever I offered to at first, they're gone.
I got lucky, man. I got really lucky. Did you guys do Laura Linney yet?
We did, and that was a phenomenal episode. I love Laura Linney. She's so underrated.
Favorite. She's my favorite actress right now.
I started watching the Netflix show in the Ozark because of her. And that show is a great show, but God damn it, it's depressing. It just gets worse and worse and worse. And by the season 3, I was like, I can't do it anymore. I'm out.
It's so fucked up.
Have you seen the end?
No, I gave up. I was like, I can't do this anymore.
It does get worse.
You gotta remember,
you sensitive bastard.
I'm a movie guy, so I want my 2.5 hours, and I keep it moving. I'll let you guys do the TV show.
You want the happy endings too.
That's right. Yeah, keep it simple.
Not that kind of happy ending.
I like a non-resolved ending. Those are one of my favorites. So,
Kyle, I'm kind of jealous of you. You get to watch these movies where it's like it's a 2-hour or 3-hour thing, and then it's done. I cover wrestling where it's 3 hours a week, every week. Yeah. And you're like, oh God, I have to watch this show. Like right now, I dread watching Friday Night SmackDown. Okay, that's why I'm here. I don't want to watch SmackDown.
You find any way to distract yourself from the goal. I get that. I respect it.
You know, it's called procrastination.
Yeah, professional procrastination at an efficiency level unparalleled, apparently. So that's that's
good. I don't want to watch SmackDown, so I'm doing the show.
Dames, it wasn't because you, out of the kindness of your heart, because you love Dames, right? That's definitely not what it is.
Well, that's part of it too. It's 50-50, you know. No. Kindness of my heart. Fuck SmackDown.
We're all just paying favors here.
Well, my normal guy he's broken right now.
He's broken.
He's broken.
It's nice going into these shows knowing there's only one movie I have to review, and that's my review. So that's First Major Role, Critic Gap, Audience Gap. And beyond that, it's just choose your adventure. And
are you serious? Because here's the thing, guy.
Yeah. Hit me.
I'm like, when I
watch all the reviews, don't you?
Dude, had I known that.
You don't have to watch them.
I go and I get their entire IMDb.
Yep.
And I find everything that I can possibly find.
That's what I would do.
And I watch it. And that's.
You don't have to watch other people's reviews. It's good to chop.
I know, but I don't want to feel stupid.
See, I would do that too, though, Dames. Like, that's exactly what I would do if I was on this show. I would go on their IMDb, and I would purposefully pick somebody I know's their IMDb isn't, 18 pages long.
A lot of times when I send the list of actors to the guests, they look at it and go, all right, she's got 75, or they see we're about to do Charles Durning. Charles Durning's got he's got 217 credits.
I was going to say at least.
Let's just hope the wheel never selects Eric Roberts, because we're in trouble on multiple fronts. Me creating a show notes around the career of Eric Roberts, and then you all watching Eric Roberts.
Well, that's one thing I'll say. When you book a guest and then you send them the information and the show notes specifically, like it's pretty detailed, folks. Like, he put some time into this. Like, this show, I put maybe 3 hours into creating each episode of this. But this is there's some work that goes into that, man. For real.
It's not AI created that show
Kyle,
notes for every time. That's for
this show is all AI, 100%.
Hey, it is what it is. Use your tools.
Funny question for you. If a big enough actor or actress was willing to come on, would you ditch the wheel gimmick for one episode and just cover their catalog if you hadn't? Oh, yeah. I mean, we were at one point, we were in the DMs with Paul Walter Hauser about maybe. Oh, my gosh. He was this, I got him interested to come on, but it was just, then he exploded.
I just watched Americana and reviewed Americana yesterday.
He got
close, man.
But the thing is that we brought him on we would have him review, not himself, because that's awkward and weird, right? But
Yeah, especially when he's like, I'm not going to review him because he's on the show.
But James would tell you, Ben, he would be like, if ever any of you come on the podcast, I'll give you 100. Unabashedly, you will get the highest score possible from me. I will simp you.
I will defend
Really
you.
damned, right?
Hey, I like that.
So
Frankie says in the chat that he's not broken and can learn to love again. As to quote,
that's good information.
the love of his life, Pink. Anyway, you know,
Is it Pink or is it Nate Roos that he loves?
I lose track. I'm gonna be honest.
You guys.
Thanks for chiming in there, buddy, old pal. Yeah, let's talk about Raw Live. Raw Live is the studio in which we get to create this show. Obviously, Lock 22 is the production company. Frankie J is not only co-host, but he's the owner and proprietor of Raw Live Studios. Thank you, sir.
Thank goodness it has nothing to do with Monday Night Raw.
You can learn to love again. Great.
Much like Pink.
Okay. Does your system get it right?
There's always going to be a subjective bias to anything, but I like to think 130 episodes in, we give everybody a fair shake, and we try to couple, other than Case with Harrison Ford, we try to decouple from our biases about actors. But a lot of times you're like, Sean William Scott, you walk in, you're like, I know him from Stifler, I know him from Goon, right? And then you're like, I'm going to give him a fair shake on watching his dramatic work. And sometimes you love it, sometimes you don't. Sometimes it affirms your conclusions. Other times, like, I'm a huge Michael Sheen guy. After studying Michael Sheen's career, I don't think he gets nearly enough love. Emma Thompson, Michael Sheen, I think are just these like 5-tool performers that not enough people shower with love. But every Munson approaches it differently. So you ask Aubrey who his favorite actor is on that list, he'll tell you Michelle Williams, 100.
Dude, Michelle
Favorite
Williams
actor.
is
Incredible.
High 90s for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like just doing acting itself, like especially dramatic acting. I don't know if there's much better today.
Yeah, Laura Linney's super high on my list. J-Law's obviously. Both those, Michelle Williams and Laura Linney, above J-Law, which I gave a 95. So,
well, that's so any indicator of what that extra guest score would be with them. That would push them up the list. But, yeah.
All right. Let's talk family. I know you got a girlfriend. Got any kids? Just living the bachelor life? What's going on?
No kids. My girlfriend does love Armageddon, just so you know, Dames. So you and her can have it out at some point.
Bring her right now. Get in here.
she loves Armageddon and Lilo and Stitch. She's not a big movie person, but obsessed.
Look, there's things about Armageddon that I can understand. If you like the soundtrack, great. I'm on board. It's a beautiful soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
But
it's corny.
I love to listen to her justify the film itself.
It's very corny, and I love the behind the scenes from Ben Affleck talking about the logic of let's ask this oil driller to like save the world and how insane that is. But if you're telling me you don't cry when he tells his daughter he's not coming back, I don't know if you have a soul.
I laughed.
James.
I honestly laughed.
I think your soul.
I need to watch this movie to give any sort of opinion on it.
It's a disingenuous moment, dude.
I just spoiled it. So that's bad news bears for you.
I don't care. The movie's like 30 years old, isn't it?
It is 100%. I think it's 95. I think it's
literally 30 years old. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's worth the adventure on a Saturday evening with a drink. You'll have a great time.
How many drinks am I going to need? Be honest with me, Dames.
There's not an alcohol that can numb you enough.
Depends on the ABV. Can you find moonshine?
Dude, whatever makes you pass out in the first 5 minutes of the movie is going to be your best option.
You're not gonna he's going to miss the turn. Let him enjoy the Michael Bay experience. Let him enjoy it.
Oh, it's a Michael Bay movie? Oh, yeah. God. I'm going to need hallucinogens, alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
What was there was another movie that came out the same year about the same topic, and it was a far better movie.
The Deep Impact?
The Deep Impact, dude.
Yeah, with Pierce.
Far better movie.
You know,
I'm going to need substance I can cram into my body to watch that.
All right,
CO.
Ben. I'm gonna give you the rundown on this, Ben. All right, here's basically the biggest problem that I have. Other than it sucks on every level. Michael Bay never met a cliche that he doesn't love.
I agree.
Explosion he doesn't like.
There's a meteor coming towards Earth. Okay, and the plan is to fly a ship onto the meteor and then drill it to the core and blow it up with a nuclear weapon from inside, which is okay. That's probably a feasible plan for what we would do.
Get off
Here's where it gets
the nuclear warhead.
you get no one here could be an astronaut, okay? Like we could train our entire lives and not ever be accepted to become an astronaut. But any one of us could go to an oil field and learn how to use a frickin' sorry, I'm trying my hardest not to curse.
Who gives a fuck?
A GD drill, okay? Okay? And so, when confronted with this, the U.S. government, rather than allow these highly sophisticated astronauts to drill, teach them how to drill, they teach these redneck, roughneck, just absolute piece of shits to become astronauts. Because the astronauts can't drill. And then it gets...
They don't know a thing about drilling.
And like
This
Steve
movie
Buscemi's
sounds
on there.
horrendous.
Michael Clark
way?
Duncan's in there.
Owen Wilson, who we've covered. Steve Buscemi, who we've covered.
By the way, I'm a total movie fucking snob. I dislike most films. So, like,
You're gonna hate it.
you have to try to impress me. Like, I love Daniel Day-Lewis because what's not to like there?
Yeah, of course.
Like, Lincoln? Are you kidding?
Oh yeah.
That
My
movie
Left
alone.
Foot, incredible. Mm-hmm.
Like, Daniel Day-Lewis has a few, like, you can name one movie that he's in, and that's all you need to know about him, and you're sold. That's it.
Apparently, there was a movie called Dirty Dancing Ben.
That movie.
Watch Dirty Dancing Ben.
I'm not watching Dirty Dancing.
Go.
If I watch Dirty Dancing, I will actually drink myself to death.
No, Dirty Dancing Ben.
That's not the name of the movie. He forgot the comma. You
Oh,
dingus.
Comments are important. Grammar is helpful in this.
sorry.
Clearly.
You're still gonna get
Now-
roasted, even if you're not here.
Armageddon falls under the bucket of one of those films. If you saw in the 90s, you have a certain affection for it or a disaffection for it. And if you didn't see it then, now it's just going to be really comical to you. But it might be worth it to watch Peter Stormare with his Russian accent as the Russian cosmonaut. And he has some bangers of one-liners in that movie.
This sounds so bad. Kyle, I
Dude.
want you to know, this movie sounds horrendous.
I didn't say it was a good movie. I just said it's memorable and has a lot of fun one-liners.
All right, that's funny. I got to put that up.
To your point, you asked about family. For Christina for Christmas, I got her a commemorative piece I got overseas from like Norway that has a 35 millimeter clip from the movie Armageddon authenticated in like a little like cardboard cutout thing. And she was jacked up about it. So
I hope that costs you no more than $8.
Maybe
it's a
seven.
cool little nugget from the original 35 millimeter. So
Look, I probably go over the top with how much I hate that movie just because I want people to be mad at me and like try and give me shit
Yeah.
about it. But there's nothing you can do to justify that film. I'm sorry. And how Criterion got their hands on it, I mean that's the only argument that you can have. But they picked the most influential movies of all time, right? This one would have been like, dude, this is how not to make a movie.
you mean you didn't want to go watch Liv Tyler act? I don't know.
No,
Dude.
not interested.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh, my favorite
Kyle.
movie?
If
Probably
you say
Shawshank.
Armageddon,
Shawshank.
Yeah, probably Shawshank. Whiplash.
Is the number 2 for me.
School of Rock. I'm just thinking of movies I would go to over and over and over again that I'm obsessed with.
What
and
is
never
it
get
about
old.
School of Rock that you love?
One of the things I love about it is if you see Jack Black do interviews when he talks about like his filmography, he's like, I've got my School of Rock. He's like, I'm happy. I could die happy. I just love I love the story that they're telling because Richard Linklater is such a fascinating director to direct a picture like that.
Yeah, his body of work is awesome.
Right, and he does stuff with Ethan Hawke, long form, 12-year story films, and Jack Black's a perfect fit for that, given his musical background. The kids are fantastic musicians, and it tells a great story.
Oh, we need a sequel.
I love it.
We need a sequel.
Yeah, the drummer passed, I think, 2 years ago, which is very sad because he's super young.
Hey, you're not supposed to come on here and poop on everybody.
Weren't they gonna do
that's today's word, dude. Today's word of the day, and I'm gonna give you guys a short lecture while Kyle's here. The word of the day is poop, but because it's just a funny word. But from now on, poop shall be referred to as butt poop.
Oh my god!
Like, unless you're talking about something that's not actual shit, it's butt poop.
I hate you.
Yeah, but I'm
call
right,
it defecation.
But
you just took it.
It's fine. That's a great word. But you know what it means?
Butt poop.
That's right.
Jesus Christ. Speaking of butt poop, Armageddon. Let's get back to that.
Yes.
That is butt poop. You're right.
No,
Ben,
also,
Ben, what's yours, Ben?
Tropic Thunder and Life of Brian can't be.
Well, I've never seen Shawshank, so I can't comment on anything you guys just said.
I just made butt poop from my mouth because of that comment.
Butt poop. Ben, that's bull poop, dude. That's bull butt.
Just
poop.
fucking cuss, Dames. You did it Wednesday.
I'm trying to I'm trying to turn over a new leaf.
That's right.
A new leaf.
In what, the last 15 minutes? Proud of you, I guess. Anyway, what was I going to say? Probably the Truman Show. I said it Wednesday.
That's true.
Stay consistent.
Yeah, okay. What's your favorite food, Kyle?
Ooh. As an adult, I've become a sushi snob, so I love sushi.
Do you like sashimi?
Yeah, I like sashimi.
Hell yeah, dude.
I don't
That's
discriminate.
The real stuff.
I just don't want the wasabi. Other than that, I'm usually, as long as you give me a little extra spicy mayo, I'll eat anything at a sushi
The spicy
restaurant.
mayo has wasabi in it.
Yeah, but that's small amounts. Like I don't need to.
Yeah, Frankie knows what's coming. What about this?
I would eat that.
Do you know what that is?
It looks like a Chicago dog, maybe?
That's an authentic Chicago dog.
Yeah.
I would turn that into butt poop.
Is that some Gardeniera on there? Jardiniere? They love that here.
No.
That shit.
It's not. It's got sport peppers there in the middle, diced onions, tomatoes, the lightning green relish on top of a bevy of mustard. Which brings me to my next question.
Oh, Lord.
Are
He's
you...
definitely not on the show notes.
He's going to start a civil war.
I swear to God it is. I swear to God it is.
He asked this to
Mustard or
everybody.
ketchup
I'm not kidding.
on a hot dog?
Mustard or ketchup on a hot dog?
Yep.
I know what answer you want me to give.
Keep in mind whose show it is.
I like both, to be honest. I'll do both. But I'm a heathen, so that's okay.
But if I gave him the answer I wanted, he'd just fire me.
That's true. I would go bye.
Deuces. Take them out. Yeah. I also love biscuits and gravy. I'm like, that's the southern part of me. I'm obsessed. I'll eat that and a Cuban. If you have a Cuban sandwich at your restaurant, I'm gonna try your Cuban. Might hate it, but I'm gonna try your Cuban.
What makes a good Cuban?
Ever since I saw the movie Chef with Jon Favreau,
that's a great movie.
We covered who did we cover recently that was in Chef?
What's her face?
Oh God, we covered somebody that was recently in it because we watched it we covered Oliver Platt 4 episodes back, and he plays the food critic in there, and he's delightful.
It's molten.
He's like, dude, you fought with me on Twitter. It's a bunch of boomers fighting each other on Twitter. What a dated experience. But I watched Chef, and that is food porn for Cuban sandwiches. And
had you watched it before that?
No. Nope. Oh, had I seen it before we covered Oliver Platt? Yeah. I watched Chef way back in the day. And so that's when I got obsessed.
I was going to say, dude, that's a revelation to have to wait that long to see it.
I finally got around to watch a little bit of The Bear with Oliver Platt and Lake Placid, a movie that just hasn't aged well. overtime. Shocker.
I mean,
Shocking
it's
nobody.
terrible. But what about Flatliners, dude?
I did watch Flatliners. He's the only one that doesn't flatline in the original group too. That's one thing we noted. He's the only one who's smart enough not to go into weird
Well, it's because
flashbacks.
he's the most
trauma.
likely to flatline in real life.
Well, he comes from his background is super fascinating too, because he went to Choate, Rosemary Hall in Connecticut, comes from a very esteemed international family. He's a fascinating human.
Okay.
Go listen to the episode if you want to learn more.
So, okay,
I'm just trashing your show notes right now. That's
an
what I'm
8-year-old
determined.
for hot dogs.
Let's do it.
Dogs or cats?
Cats. I have 3 cats.
My guy.
That's right.
I love dogs, but
Dogs are cool.
I'm a cat
I don't
guy.
mind dogs. I like to not have to take out dogs outside every morning or 5 times a day. I like the convenience
When
of cats.
it's cold.
Have to surrender half of every food item you ever consume.
Here's the thing, as fellow cat dads here, cats, you have to earn their respect. You have to earn their adoration.
Mm-hmm.
It's not given to you. Dogs are too easy. Cats are great for that because they don't just give you their fandom. You got to earn it.
Cats will look at you like, dude, you suck.
Mm-hmm.
You're terrible.
They'll humble
Go
you.
away.
Yep.
It's
So-
true.
I've always had cats, though. I'm kind of born into it. So
Coke or Pepsi for you?
Dr. Pepper.
It's not the question.
That
Pepsi.
wasn't the question. Yeah.
Pepsi then. Pepsi
All
then.
right.
If I have to say.
See, but I respect that because then you can then say, but
Dr.
I
Pepper.
would drink Dr. Pepper.
23
over-
flavors, please.
Do you know any of the 23 flavors that are in there?
You don't ask those questions. That's not what this. We're not here for that.
Well, hey, if you were eating KFC, I'd ask you if you knew the Colonel's secret recipe. You know I would.
Of all the chicken places to go to in this day and age, KFC is not the one I would pick. So
No.
Oh, do tell. Who would you pick?
Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's, anything but KFC.
Anything but?
Yeah.
Do you have
KFC is
Popeyes
the-
where you're at?
Oh, I love Popeyes. Popeyes is great.
Okay. What about churches?
Okay, I pick KFC over Church's Chicken.
Really?
I'll cede that point to you.
What KFC's would still last for me. Unless
really?
we're talking about like Long John Silver's.
Long John
Their
diarrhea.
chicken's ass.
No, thank you. Yeah, I'm good on that.
Is there a good Long John Silver's left in the United States?
That's like saying, is there a good Golden Corral left? Was there ever one to begin
Oh,
with?
I love Golden Corral, but here's the thing about Long John Silver's. It's only going to be good the first batch that they cook after they change the oil.
Mm-hmm.
Everything after that tastes the same.
Recycled garbage at that point in time. Yeah.
And I stand by that. Would you rather
There
be
might
hot?
be more good open blockbusters in the United States than good open Long John Silver's. And there's one open blockbuster, just so
and it's in
Where's it at?
Alaska.
It's in Oregon.
I thought it was in
Alaska.
Alaska.
No, it's in they're
No,
probably
man.
similar climates right
There
now.
was even a
I'm pretty sure it's in
documentary, but
Oregon.
I think it closed. I think that one closed.
Well, then my point still stands. There's just as many, the same amount, 0.
Would you rather be hot or cold?
I play hockey, so probably a touch cold. I'd rather be too cold than too hot. if
Okay,
that's
Ben?
really the answer.
Yeah.
Answer the question, Ben.
Well, obviously it's cold because if you're cold, you can just put more stuff on if you have to. Like put on a blanket, nice hoodie like I'm wearing here.
I feel like this might be a sexist comment, but men are going to say cold and women are going to say hot. Am I wrong, ladies?
Yeah, you're gonna
Would
have
you
to put
rather
out a
be hot or
poll.
cold? Just tell me in the comments.
Damon, I would duck like right now. Something's about to get flung at your head.
Why?
Nothing ever
always hear
good
women
comes
saying they're
from-
cold.
This might come off as misogynist, but
Yeah, nothing good is gonna come from what you just said. I just want to put that out there.
Hey,
I'm not racist, but
yeah,
you know what I mean?
Kyle.
yeah, exactly.
Kyle.
We're gonna talk
I don't
about
work for ICE.
racism.
We're good.
We'll talk about racism once you're off the here too.
Oh well, there's plenty to talk about in today's world. So
Yeah, he makes a point.
Did you see the new He-Man trailer?
I did. I watched it. I knew you were excited about it, so I watched it
How could
about
you tell?
Yeah, couldn't tell from the intro of the little figure. Here's my quick take on it. I hope it seems like it has the same vibe as the Dungeons and Dragons movie, which I loved and I've been recommending to people. And I don't know the source material, but that movie with Chris Pine and the crew is so much fun. And I hope it has the same kind of vibe to it because I think people will really dig it.
Literally, just today, this is my notepad for.
Did you write the same thing?
I did. I wrote right there.
It seems like it has that vibe, and I think Hollywood learned from the Dungeons and Dragons. If you put charismatic, funny people in this weird universe, people will get excited about it.
And I haven't watched it because I don't know anything about Dungeons and Dragons, as you said.
As a Dungeons and Dragons player,
you don't look like one at all.
And you don't look like a good podcast host, but you are. So, they're... Anyway, they ditch a lot of the source material. They leave like 5% of it in there. But as you guys are saying, it kind of works because they have the right cast.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of works anyway. It just works as a movie. Do I think it should have had the title? No. But it would have worked as 17 different titles that they could have come up with, and they just slapped that one on it.
Yep.
How come there's no wrestling movie?
There's a lot of wrestling movies.
Ready to Rumble
I don't mean like that.
With Oliver Platt.
I don't mean like that.
Atrocious
I mean
movie.
like, you know how they have their events?
Yeah.
Why don't they have a movie?
What do you mean?
Yeah.
Like they could make a movie and they continue like like
The Wrestler.
I don't mean like a dramatic like real movie. I mean like a scripted. The shit's scripted anyway. Make it into a movie and then let people go watch it in theaters. That's what a movie is, right?
So it's like taking.
They would lose money on doing this.
So you're saying like take like Taylor Swift's tour and turning it into a film and giving people that extra experience rather than going to see it live?
Yeah, you're kind of getting what I'm talking about. Why isn't there a wrestling movie?
Because I don't think you can match the live experience or watching it. Like it's probably hard to do that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe
if they were to try and match the live experience, that would be one very expensive thing to make. And one company doesn't have the money to do it, and the company that does have the money to do it is run by the guys that run UFC. So it's never gonna fucking happen.
I don't worry about wrestling running out of money, but
maybe the people saw Ready to Rumble with David Arquette and Oliver Platt and said, "Never again. We will not. We'll never do this again."
I want you to know before you go, Kyle, that movie made me question my wrestling fandom.
Well, it probably made you be like, "Yeah, I'm definitely a WWF guy. WCW is not really for me."
No,
all right, Kyle,
no.
Let's bang these last questions out because he's got a hard stop in.
Ben, I appreciate it. I hear you, Ben. Though I hear.
All right,
you.
what's your worst food opinion?
Worst food opinion? Ooh. I hate meatloaf normally. I don't know if that's a bad.
It's a loaf of meat. What's to hate?
So maybe it is a bad.
I'm weird.
Christina
You're
makes
weird.
a pretty good one, so maybe I'm turning on that. I do know what it is. I don't like lettuce, so I don't eat anything with lettuce. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's
Greatest guest of all time.
And
fuck lettuce.
And
No
I've
salads?
retried it over and over again, and it's just like I don't like it. I don't
No
want to do
salads.
it. No salads.
No salad.
I'm a
Fuck
heathen.
salad too.
What's on
Yeah.
your bucket list?
Continue to travel. I got to see the pyramids of Giza at some point. I'm an archaeology, anthropology nerd. That's what I studied in college. So I get excited about world history, people, and civilizations. Yeah, I'm a nerd. So I want to go see really cool places.
And what's your biggest fear?
That you'll reject me.
Already done.
Damn.
Last question I have for you. You friggin' reject. What's current episode? What's the next episode? And when and where can we find you?
Yeah, next up. So you can find us on Instagram and Threads, Munson's at the Movies. We're on our landing page on Podbean, but you can find us on Spotify, Apple, wherever you listen to podcasts. Munson's at the Movies. Next episode's going to hit on February 5th, I believe. February 5th, is that
How
right?
often do you release episodes?
February 12th, every 3 weeks. So we usually reveal a week before on Instagram and Threads who we're about to cover and kind of ask people to chime in
Oh,
with their
dude,
favorite
give me an
roles.
exclusive. Who's
What do you want?
next?
Oh, Charles Durning
Charles Durning.
You might know him as the mayor from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?
Bro, you should have
Pappy
said
O'Daniel?
Chris Farley.
No.
You would have got some viewers, I promise. Chris Durning, I can't help you there.
He's got 2 Oscar noms for Best Little Horror House in Texas and To Be or Not to Be, which I did not know.
The wheel screwed you on this one, pal.
No, he's an interesting actor to cover, man. I love watching a lot of stuff I've never seen before.
Then I'm for sure sad that I wasn't on this episode.
Yeah, we'll see.
Listen, this sounds like a good episode to me. I don't know.
Dude, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna listen to it because I'm a glutton for their punishment.
There you go.
All right, sir. I don't want to keep you. We're already a minute into it, but thank you so much for showing up. This is Kyle Hickman, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to put your graphic up as I take you
Thank you, Kyle.
Appreciate you guys.
Love you, buddy.
Have a great rest of the show,
Yep.
and we'll see you to talk more movies.
That's Kyle Hickman, Munson's at the Movies. Ben, I just had a wild, crazy idea.
Oh, no.
Well, we were talking about Armageddon. I have a cousin.
Is that the smell I smelled when you were thinking
I have
about
a
it?
cousin. Her name's Jenny Richards. And she loves Armageddon. And I needed somebody to explain. Plus, there's other things Hold on. I'm just going to give her a call. I'm going to shoot her a text to link to join the show.
Why are we talking about Armageddon?
And then hopefully...
I would rather talk about He-Man, which I also know nothing about, but it has to be better
trust
than
me,
this.
We'll get there. Okay, there's 2 hours of the show left. There's plenty of time. Text sent. We'll see if we can get her. I'm just going to send her a quick message. I'm going to be like, don't fuck around here. Get up here. Join. There, dude, this is awesome. Guys, if you're ever going to come on the show... and we're talking or whatever, just text me your email address and I could literally text to your phone a link and this can happen.
Oh no.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
And we can hear you. Dude, what's up? Welcome to the Dames Marvs show. This is my cousin Jenny Richards, you guys. You know what's really funny?
What?
Is we have a song called Jenny Richards, Kill Bosby Does, and I can't even play it for you because I don't have it on my computer. But welcome here.
Hello.
Do you know why I called you?
Yes. You want me to talk about my car accident?
Well, that
or that I like Armageddon because I heard the whole show.
Yeah. So you're watching?
Yes.
Thanks for watching. Let's talk about Armageddon.
Okay.
Explain yourself.
I just like it.
Why?
Because it's a love story.
It's a love story. It's about a meteor.
Okay. When there's a tragedy going to happen, all the best love stories take place.
Give me an example.
Throughout history. In all of Celtic religions, it's just the world is ending. Let's fall in love. It's the best story.
So, if the world was ending, you would go have sex with somebody, is what you're telling me?
No. Your mind always goes there.
What else am I supposed to ascertain from what you just said?
I don't know. It's the whole concept of let's fall in love. The world's ending. I don't know. I like it.
Okay.
Are you?
I like being on the edge of my seat, too.
Are you implying that two people cannot fall in love unless it's the end of the world? I guess is my fault.
No, it can. It's just it's so unrealistic.
Right,
in this
Ben, you don't have to worry about longevity. How am I going to make this chick happy for 30 years? I just need to do it for 30 minutes. That's more manageable.
You're not wrong.
That's more manageable. This is going well. All right. Well, there's a couple things I want to talk to you about now that I have you, and I don't really accept your explanation of why you like Armageddon because
you don't have to.
Titanic was much better, and it's got the.
I love
story.
Titanic. You know that.
But you can't
movie
even
I
compare
don't
the
like.
two films. I mean, they're not. They're just miles apart. All right. Jenny Richards. I'm not gonna get a copyright for that because I own the copyright for that. All right. So you live in rural Iowa.
Yep.
Not gonna dox you, but you live in rural Iowa, and you have an interesting job, which we'll get to in a moment. But you were driving to that job the other day, and I only know this because you called me after things had settled down. I'm glad that you waited till they settled down because there's literally all I could have done was laugh at you, really, for this. But
It
tell me,
wasn't laughable.
to me, I mean, to you, I'm sure. Tell me what happened.
I was driving to work on Highway 2.
What car? What
There
kind
was
of car do you have?
I have a Kia Soul 2011 brown.
Okay.
I named it Tabitha.
Tabitha.
Driving down the road, and there was a lady that was in my way, and she was making me late. And so I passed her, and I was going about 80 miles an hour, and I heard a loud bang under my hood, and it was like an explosion, and there was smoke coming out of the hood. I pulled over, looked behind me, and saw that there was a wildfire in the ditch. Wall of flames. So I called.
Did you roll over the fire, or did you
No,
cause the fire?
I probably was the cause of the fire.
You know what I imagine, Jenny? This is what I imagine. Nothing like
That's
this.
not what I imagine.
Oh my
So I have two follow-up questions for this. What sounds like a horrific story, actually. So at
That
what
would have
point
been
did
way
you
more epic.
At what point did you realize you were in fucking trouble? Like, at what point
When
on
I
the
heard the
road?
bang.
Okay, so it was before you saw the smoke.
Yes.
Good. So you're smarter than dames. He would have waited until the smoke started. He wouldn't have cared.
Probably.
And then next question, Tabitha?
My mom says that's the reason it blew up.
No, I think it blew up because it was a Kia Soul from 2011.
Probably.
But Tabitha?
You're not wrong. I know.
Wow.
I asked what I should name it, and that's the name I got, and I went with it.
From who?
I just asked, and it popped
Never
into my
speak
name
to
or
whoever
my
the
head.
hell said that to you again. I don't care who it was.
All right. So here's the thing. You're on your way to work.
Yes.
And you work what hours currently?
2 to 10.
So 2 p.m. to 10 p.m.
Yes.
And that job is at a prison. And
yes.
you are a prison guard. Is that correct?
Correct.
What? Damon, this is like 100 times more interesting than you pitched it to me as. Hang on.
Okay, so you're clearly not going to make it to work on time.
Oh, I did.
You did.
Because I have amazing coworkers.
Like, how do you do this immediately? Like, what's your first thought when your car's exploded on the side of the road?
Shit. Basically, oh shit.
You can't cuss.
Oh, sorry. Oh crap.
I'm just kidding.
I cuss all the time.
I pulled it over immediately, looked behind me, saw the wall of flames, and I started shaking. And I had a bad dream about 4 years ago where I was trying to call 911 and I couldn't get through. And this was my first ever time having to do it. And my hands are shaking so bad I couldn't get the unmute off my microphone. And she was talking and I couldn't get through. And it was just like the dream.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So who shows up to help you?
After I got off the phone with the dispatcher for Page County, I immediately called my best friend Ashley Smith and Tyler Powell, and they turned around because they were ahead of me and came back to get me.
When you get in the car, is the ditch still on fire?
Yes.
So you left the scene of you're
with
an
a police officer
point.
there.
Oh, okay.
With the police officer there.
At this point.
No, I was more worried about the fire than the car. Truth be told.
So
Yeah.
this may sound like a stupid question, but your car's totaled, right? Like that's
Yes.
okay. Did they get the fire put out? Do you know?
Yes. Yes, they did. About an hour it took them.
Now, you would say we kind of grew up the same way. Like, we
Yeah.
don't come from a families of means.
Mm-hmm.
So owning things like vehicles has been difficult for you, would you say? Yes, over the course of your
Yes.
life. And then you finally got this vehicle, what, maybe a year ago?
2 years.
2 years ago? And it was a nice one. I mean, if you can tell through
Not according to the local friends.
all the flames,
Man,
I've
that looks
ridden in
just
it.
like it.
I did the best I could, okay?
Tabitha?
Spot
Tabitha,
on.
is
I
that
did the
you?
best I could. I just wanted to make you laugh in a time of the bullshit, right? So
You got to send that to me later.
I will. I will send that to you immediately. Um, so you get to work. You're obviously probably frazzled, but you got to deal with people that have unalived people in some
Mm-hmm.
cases. And it's my understanding that now you have moved away from special needs, criminal convicts, whatever they're,
Yeah.
to like the harder people.
Eyes. We call them my eyes.
The harder people.
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
Yeah.
It wasn't my choice. I was being stalked by a gentleman on my unit.
Do you find it? I mean, obviously, this is a dumb question, but I'm going to ask it just so you can articulate. But is it more difficult being a woman guard than it would be if you were a man? And is it because?
Absolutely, 100%.
And why is that?
Because our every move is judged not only by the inmates, but by the staff there, by the higher ups, and you have to have such a balance with your femininity, but also your caring and compassion that it doesn't come forward as too forward, and you can lose your job very easy.
Now, is this a
It's
prison of men only?
men and transgender.
Okay. So, transgender men?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, that's immediately creates a scenario that men don't have to deal with. And
No.
would you say that I mean, we're not going to name your facility specifically, but
Right.
would you say that they handle the situations appropriately?
85% of the time.
Is
I
that
don't
high
feel like
enough?
they handled my situation effectively, but because it should have been a situation where he was taken off my unit and disciplined, whereas it came down to my unit manager saying that for your safety, we're going to move you off the unit. They wouldn't let me discipline him like I'm trained to do.
That sounds like horse hockey. Like,
Yeah.
they just shouldn't have been doing that.
No.
Walk me through your training.
Okay.
Because I remember, how long was the training for this position?
About 4 weeks.
So
In
4
total.
weeks, and you can be set wild into
Your
being
county jail.
What a CO? What does CO stand for?
No, it's an actual
Awesome.
prison. It's a correctional officer.
Correctional officer. And your last name is now O'Neill.
O'Neill.
So we
Yes.
can update that for you. Tell us about the training.
There's about a week of shadowing. Once you're hired, you sit on the units with the COs that are already trained and you watch what they do. And then you are enrolled in academy and you go to Des Moines or Ames to take the training. It's mostly computer work, learning about what to do in certain scenarios, how to talk down behavior issues, how to be OC trained, how to defend yourself physically in worst case scenarios, and how to cuff up and uncuff prisoners in certain
Ben cuffs
situations.
up all the time.
I just look. Okay, first of all, he did not pitch this to me as this fascinating. I'm completely
I
enthralled by
just
this.
called her, man. I was like,
No, but you were like, oh, we're going to talk
Surprise!
about Armageddon. And I'm like,
was like,
Damon,
can
I
I
don't
call
want
you?
to talk about Armageddon.
I was like, can I call you from my show sometime? She's like, I don't know what that means. Like, well,
Well, this is what it means.
Now I know.
she's off on Fridays, so I'm like, I might call her on Fridays.
Anyway, I just
To shoot the butt poop. Did
just
you catch
swear,
that?
Damon. You've been doing it all fucking week. Just say shit. Who gives a
Shit.
fuck? Thank you.
My stance on the word poop has nothing to do with cussing, Ben. I just
Really?
think
That's not how it sounded half an hour ago.
He
like,
would just rather say butt poop.
it makes more. It's conversationally
more gross.
correct. Yeah, butt poop.
We're aware there's something wrong.
Did you
with
clean
him,
up
right?
that dog's butt poop?
We're
It's better
we're
in
aware
every
there's
way.
something wrong
It's
with
better
him,
in every
right?
way, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've been his cousin for a lot of years.
So you're
There's
aware.
something wrong with him.
You're not denying it.
No,
I have it in my notes, dude. It says poop in capital letters. All poop will now be referred to as butt poop.
He actually wrote this in the fucking show notes. You're kidding.
I believe it. I believe it. As he was thinking about it on the toilet shitting this morning,
I
surely.
was like, if we get to it, we get to it. If we don't, whatever.
Listen, okay, I'm not the normal host on this show, so I don't even see the show notes. So I have
You think Frankie gets show notes?
certainly.
He'll
he
ask me
must.
some questions. He'll be like, tell me about the guests so I can look them up." And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do that." But he prefers to not know any of what this BS.
I can
'Cause
understand
he
why.
would be like,
judging
"No,
by,
don't do." He'd be like, "Don't talk about butt poop."
I mean, I don't know that I would have said no. I might have said, "Hey, can we maybe approach this from a different angle?"
And I would have said,
No.
Go eat some butt poop," is what I would have said to you. Because, look, Jenny, I'm sorry, C.O. O'Neill. Right now.
Fascinating.
You called me once and you're like, "I got pepper sprayed."
It was horrible. And I think about it when I see all this stuff with ice right now.
Okay.
'Cause-
tell me how you got pepper sprayed first and foremost.
So we have
And
to.
then you can
we
go on your
have to-
political rant.
Okay. We have to be pepper sprayed so that we know how we respond in the worst case scenario. So you have to do this obstacle course right after you're sprayed in the face. I got hit once across the forehead, once across the eyes directly from about 20 feet away. Then I had to run the obstacle course, which was around a bush, come up to a guy that was pretending to have a weapon, take his weapon away, demand that he cuff up, etc. By the time I made it around that bush, all hell broke loose. I couldn't see. I was in serious agony. And he goes, pull your pepper spray. I reached down, grabbed it, and chucked it across the field. And then he had to guide me through the whole cuffing up incident. It was terrible.
You know,
I could not see.
All that
What?
just to be laughed at.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know if you can see this on your screen, but
I decided to go last because I'm someone that likes to study the situation and what's happening. And yeah, I got made fun of.
Was there a point where you knew you were in trouble? Like before
What do
you
you
even
mean?
went? Before they even sprayed you in the eyes? Was there a point where you knew,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
oh no, this is bad?
Oh yeah.
dude, she
This is
just
gonna be
watched
ugly.
like 20 other people do it. How many were in your
There
class,
was
and
9.
Did they all pass?
They all passed, but there's only 3 of my original 9 member class left.
I mean, how
Wow.
long have
Do
you
you have
been
do you think you have a big turnover?
Huge. Because not everyone's cut out for this. I'm not even cut
I
out
was
for
gonna
this. I'm
say,
just good at
you?
acting.
Are you cut out for it?
I'm just good at acting.
Really?
Mhm.
Give me a monologue real quick.
I've seen Shawshank.
All right.
I made up a persona in my mind before I got there, and I just do it. And then plus I lean a lot on my humanitarianism, so that gets me through a lot.
Humanitarians.
Mhm.
What word did you say? I don't.
Humanitarianism. my humanitarianism. That whatever,
Humanitarianism?
just my connection with people. We'll say it like that.
Say humanitarianism again.
Okay. No.
Oh, he's on his bullshit tonight, isn't he?
I know. I'm used to it though. I expected it.
So am I. I'm just baffled that he's actually pulling this on this show of all things.
Look, we have
It's
2
what he
hours
does.
to fill. We have 2 hours to fill. I'm like, do we do old people eating, or do we call Jenny?
I have a lot of ideas. You just didn't want to hear them, so.
Well, yeah, you're right. It's my show. Mine. It's mine. Jenny,
Yes.
I appreciate your time. There's one last story that I want you to tell, and this one goes all the way back to childhood for us.
Okay.
We were living in a town in Washington State called Klickitat. It was a canyon town. One road in, one road out through the mountains. One river, one road. I was in school. You were graduated. And for some reason, you were living outside
In a
your
tent.
mother's house in a tent.
Yep.
Explain that first. Explain that for everybody.
Well, we had lived in a house that I had my own room, and it was too expensive. So she moved to this house, and it had one bedroom less. And she's like, "You're just going to have to live in a tent till you figure out what you're going to do."
Okay, so you lived in a tent
I knew you
In
were
the
going to
yard.
bring up something.
in the yard. I don't quite know how to approach this the rest of the way. I thought it was funny that you lived in a tent because then later on you lived with us
Yes.
and we upgraded you from a tent to
To a
like
closet.
to closets. Very like sounds nice actually. This was not a. You think when you think of living in a closet, you think of Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
No, you lived in a hole in the wall between me and my brother's bedrooms. There was a floor level hole in the wall that
Good time.
was, I want to say maybe 8 feet by 5 feet. This hole in the
Like a
wall,
prison cell.
like literally, you put down a, a blanket or a sleeping bag, and the entirety of the floor is taken up. So nowhere to hang your clothes,
No.
nowhere to keep your dildo, all that shit. Nowhere. So,
To me, it was fairly nice.
well, from a tent, yes. Okay, but let's go back to the tent.
Okay.
This tent was in a yard that was on the river level. Like the house was right on the river, as I recall. And then you go to the house, the yard, Jenny's tent, then a huge hill. And at the top of this hill, we're in Washington State, so there's apple trees everywhere. And I remember the top of this hill is probably a good 40, 50 feet away from this tent. And I was riding my bike one day around the hill uptown, and I looked down, and Jenny is in the tent, broad daylight. So I take some apples from this tree, and I just started chucking them at the tent from like
I knew this story was going to
50
end with him being an asshole.
50 feet away.
This is not how I remember it.
Oh, tell me the story. Go for it.
It was nighttime, and I was
Oh.
in the tent asleep because I had to work the next day, early butt crack of dawn, at a cherry packing facility. And him and my sister and his brother started beaming my tent with apples.
Bonnie Richards was there?
Yes.
Man.
So I opened the tent and started raising hell because I had to wake up early in the morning. And it was
James,
like
I knew
12
you were
o'clock
an
at night.
asshole, but this is extreme
He
even
was.
for you. This is
Well,
extreme even for you.
I mean, look, I can't explain the things that I did when I was a kid. I remember one time I hit my brother in the church. Like we were living in the church basement, and I hit my brother in the church. Would I do that now?
Yeah.
No. But I was a kid. What are you gonna do?
I just don't believe you wouldn't do that right now. If your brother was
I
being
wouldn't
up
hit
in
my
the house.
brother for anything. My brother's like my soul, you know. Like I wouldn't hit him. I certainly wouldn't hit him in a church, Ben. Would I hit Jenny? Yes, very much so. I always hit Jenny because that's just what we do.
She might be about to smack the shit out of you.
Well, she knows how to protect herself. She went through this training,
Hey, Jenny.
right?
I'm a lot faster.
If you pepper spray him, please catch it on video
Oh, I will.
and send it to me.
Where's my kitty?
He is right there.
Oh, look at the kitty. Oh, I want the kitty. Hey, wake up.
Don't.
He's not waking up for nothing.
No. It's
cold
That's
outside.
Harley.
He can't go roam the neighborhood.
That's Harley, and the cat loves me more than it loves you. And
This is
Oh my
true.
gosh.
you should let me have it when I come
No.
down next time.
Convince your mom.
I don't need to convince nobody except for you to give me the cat. All right.
I can't
That's
give you
all.
my cat.
All right. Then
It's my
don't act
cat.
like you can get another one. All right. Anyway, I
I'll
don't want to
have
keep
another
you on
one.
this Friday.
Okay.
Armageddon sucks. The Kia. Are you gonna
Is
get another
gone.
Kia? What
No.
Are you gonna do? What are you
Well,
gonna
it
do?
depends. So right now they're trying to figure out what to do with it. I had to take a bunch of pictures and send them to Geico. I don't know if I can say that, but I had to send it to them, and they're going to decide what the adjuster thinks, and then I'm either going to have it fixed and turn around and buy another vehicle, or I'm just going to go buy another vehicle.
Yeah, there's no fixing that. Did you see what happened to it, Jenny?
I wish I had that
Did
picture.
you see it?
This is what happened.
All right, so let's go through this really quick. This rapid fire. You ready?
Yep.
Favorite
terrified.
movie.
Favorite movie?
You don't have to repeat the question. Just tell me the answer.
It'd have to be fried green tomatoes.
Favorite food. Also fried green tomatoes. Great. Coke or Pepsi?
No. Mountain Dew.
Coke or Pepsi?
Mountain Dew.
Noted. Coke or Pepsi?
Mountain Dew is a Pepsi product, so Pepsi.
Would you rather be hot or cold?
Cold.
There's a whole shot right through my theory, Ben.
I told you were going to regret that.
don't
I
know.
was yelling
Jenny's-
that at you as you were talking about it. So
Do you put
just
Did it
couldn't
make you
hear
feel
me.
better when I started yelling at him for it?
Do you put ketchup
Yeah.
on a hot dog?
ketchup, yes.
You dumbass. Dogs or cats? I know you have both, but which one?
Both.
If you could only pick one.
Cats.
Oh, don't tell a pup that. Jeez.
She's special. She grew up in a prison.
Okay, other than ketchup on a hot dog, what's your worst food opinion?
Runny eggs.
Yay or nay?
No.
What?
I hate runny eggs. I don't like the slimy yolk. I tried. I'm a food connoisseur. I tried, and it's the texture. I just want to gag.
I just don't like eating eggs on their own in general.
No, I love eggs. I see cooking shows and they cut open the yolk and it looks amazing. I go to taste it and I want to vomit. I don't know what it is.
That's totally fair.
Dude, you...
And I've tried weird things that actually tasted good. So
How about that?
thanks.
Okay, bucket list.
See Scotland.
Biggest fear.
Losing my family members. I guess would have to be it.
Who?
Aunt Debbie, your
Don't
mom.
say that. Don't say that. How did we meet?
Well, we we've always known each other from the moment you were born.
I don't remember that, so I'll take your word for it, ladies and
Okay.
gentlemen.
Such an
Jenny.
ass. He's such an
C.O.
ass.
O'Neill
But we
Richards.
love him.
The song.
Love is a strong word, Jenny.
The song is famous. I will probably call you on another show when I'm running out of content because
Think of some better things to ask a correctional officer, because there's things that happen there that will blow your mind.
we had to keep that. We had to keep.
Oh, I had
something
plenty
for the
of
next
questions.
time.
I just didn't want to intrude
Oh, go ahead, Ben. Ask
on
a
this
question. Ask
halfway
away.
family reunion.
Ask away.
No, you're good.
No, what's this burning, intriguing question that you got,
I
Ben?
didn't say they
Go
were burning
ahead,
or
buddy.
intriguing.
Go
I'm
ahead,
just saying
Betty.
the time for the questions has passed. We're good.
See
We're
what I have
good.
to deal with. See what I have to deal with.
I think it's amazing because you have given us so much crap over the years. It's your turn.
No,
This
that
guy's
doesn't-
awesome. I might have to watch more just for that.
That doesn't sound.
You could go
accurate.
watch my show that doesn't have him on it.
Okay, I'll
on
have
the
Same
to.
channel
You know what?
Okay.
for now.
I'm actually not flipping
Love
you
you.
off. I'm just showing you my hangnail.
Oh, take care of that.
That's disgusting.
It hurts. All right. That's Jenny C.O. O'Neill Richards. Thank you for answering. That blows my mind that you were this brazen. Appreciate you.
I guarantee I could get Uncle Russ on here if I tried.
Bye.
You guys funny. Bye.
Wow. Okay. That's something that's never happened on the show before. But
Please never do that to me again.
once this goes up on YouTube, man, it's there, dude. It's
Don't
there for the rest of
impromptu me
history.
like that again, please.
And I will steal the cat. Okay. I will steal the cat. The cat loves me, dude. I go there and the cat's like under my arm the entire time.
I agree. Don't steal the cat. I'm on chat's side with this one.
Whatever. Okay. Ben, you know what time it is?
I think it's time for old people eating.
It is. It's 6:33 in the PM on a Friday evening, and we got episode 3 of Old People Eating. And I don't.
Thank
remember-
goodness
think
I have
this
to
is-
piss.
I think this was the Post Malone Oreos. So if you've not seen Old People Eating, we started showing this. There's 29 episodes now. The 30th will be premiering on this show at some point. But we got to get through all the other ones here first. This is the third one. Old People Eating. Make sure you mute your mic, Ben. Because I know that you're going to go take a whiz, and I don't want to hear your toilet flush over this.
Like you'd be able to. The bathroom is downstairs.
He's like, I don't flush, and I don't wash my hands, so you wouldn't hear any water. All right, here we go. Old People Eating.
What's up, everybody? If you've seen this image before, you know that you're looking at two old people. Now, the name of the show is Two Old People Eating, and this is where we give them foods that they wouldn't normally eat and capture their reactions. What do you have there?
I have Oreo,
Nope. Well, yeah.
Post Malone, the new Post Malone Oreo.
What's a Post Malone?
Post Malone is a singer.
Okay. Now, you
It's
gotta.
the Posties swirled salted caramel and shortbread flavor Oreos.
That sounds amazing. And here's the thing: I do not like Oreos. Never
When was
have.
the last time you had an Oreo?
Long time ago.
Yeah, you have no idea.
No, I had one when we bought some from for our grandson about a year ago. Isaac, remember?
Yeah.
And they ended up going in the trash because I didn't eat them. But
Yeah.
I
Well,
love
read it again. You
shortbread.
read it. What is it?
Post Malone caramel.
It says
He
right
wants you
there.
to read it right there.
Okay. Posties, swirled, salted caramel, and shortbread flavored cream.
Okay.
And shortbread is one of my favorites. So, I'm hoping...
Well, Oreo is one of your least favorites, so
Right,
let's
so
temper our expectations.
I know, because it could be a huge disappointment.
But what else do you know about Post Malone?
Oh, he's a great singer. He sings either rap or country.
Don't you think?
He collaborates with a lot of other singers. I like him. And he sings with Jelly
Well,
Roll.
now do you trust his Oreo?
Well, I hope it's good because I like him. But if it sucks, I'll tell you.
Well aware.
All right, so I'm going to give you one.
Do you know how to eat an Oreo?
Dunk.
No.
First, I'll taste it before I dunk,
We're-
because that way it'll be more objective. But I will
It's
say
fine.
I
Just eat it.
love the fact that
Eat it
it's
how you-
not chocolate on both
Eat
sides.
it how you eat it.
This has got shortbread right there. Oh, that looks good.
Just eat it.
Okay.
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
Oh. Way better than
So tell me,
regular Oreo.
what are you tasting?
I'm tasting the shortbread and the caramel. I don't taste the chocolate at all.
Pops doesn't look so sure.
Caramel is the overwhelming
Which is
flavor.
your favorite candy?
But kind of a reminds me of something. It's kind of got vanilla caramel. You know those little round Tootsie Roll type things that have mixed flavors in them, and they make like a vanilla caramel one. That's what this tastes like.
Well, now I'm
All
going
right.
to do the dunk
Go
test
ahead.
because I think they should make a coffee Oreo. Coffee flavor.
Okay.
Oh. Now that is perfect.
Okay, so now my first question, and we'll start with Pops.
Okay.
Out of 10,
Well, better than a regular Oreo.
Oh, way better.
So
that's blasphemy to a lot of people. You really?
I don't care.
Me neither.
Anyway, probably a 9 out of 10.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What about you?
When I dunk, I would say
I don't.
when I dunk, if I dunk, I'd give it a 9, but without dunking, a 7.
So it's a 7.
So, if they make one of the posts, hear me now. Do this, and do coffee in the other cookie.
I'm pretty sure that's his version. That's pretty much the way he wants it. He
Yeah.
doesn't care about anybody else
Well, maybe.
or what they want. So maybe speak to Oreo instead of Post.
All right, Oreo.
Directly.
Oreo. Make an Oreo that has something coffee-ish.
Okay. So you're 9, you're 7. Would you buy those?
If I was going to drink them with coffee, I would definitely buy them. I would serve them in my home,
I'd buy them.
and
Wow,
I
I
had,
did not expect that.
if I had people come over for coffee, I would definitely serve these with tea or coffee, but probably coffee better.
You wouldn't serve regular ones, but you'd serve these.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, people do the twist
Yeah.
and go for the frosting.
Oh,
Let's do that now.
all right. Well,
'Cause
see,
that's
when
really
chocolate
the
comes
prop-
off, you can throw that away.
That's the proper way to,
Well, not yeah.
to eat
No.
one.
What's the frosting by itself? Is that where you're getting the caramel?
Yeah.
But I don't like the frosting by itself because I can taste the grease.
You can taste. Well, at least we haven't heard the words "rich." That it's rich.
No, it's not
Too
too
rich.
rich. It's not too rich. No, it's really not.
That's
I
a first.
don't like the coffee. They think I think everything's too rich.
That's because you say it
Well,
every time.
it's because they're, I like things bland. I'm English.
So I'm going to offer up that the frosting by itself is nowhere near as
No.
good as
The shortbread.
the cookie.
The cookie is
You
good.
got to have the whole thing.
This cookie is good because of this.
Okay.
That's the bottom line. The shortbread is the winner. Make an Oreo shortbread on both sides. You got a winner that old people will buy.
Well, I'm going to tell you. Take 2 of those, pull them apart, and then you can have the original chocolate.
Oh,
And
that's
then one that's
Yeah,
just
no, that's a
shortbread.
bad
Oh.
idea.
Oh,
That's a
that
bad
didn't
idea.
work because the chocolate part. So, well, I'll try.
Don't take apart every
She's
one
gonna
of them.
destroy every one of these cookies.
Yeah, that's not going to work. This one came off just great, but
All right, well, there you have it. We got a 9 and a 7 on old people eating.
old people recommend this cookie. Buy it at your local supermarket.
All right, stop.
All right. That was old people.
You know what that episode reminded me of?
Uh,
Another food opinion I have.
go
I
for
hate coffee. I think it's disgusting and bitter and
What?
awful.
I think that's something that a child would say. What's the matter with you? Like coffee? You're gonna pick coffee to pick on of all things?
I regret saying anything. Change the topic.
Yeah, that was just bizarre, Ben. That was I don't know. What is it that you
Note
don't
to
like
self,
about
folks.
What-
Never
can you
give
put-
your true hot takes to Dames because he'll just laugh at you.
it? Can't you just put sugar and cream in it, or what? I mean,
No, that's still gross. Because then it just tastes fake.
cream is amazing. Cream doesn't taste fake.
I didn't say the cream tasted fake. I said
The
that.
sugar tastes fake. I'm
Well,
just trying to figure out what you're saying, dude.
listen,
You're not making any sense.
I don't like coffee. I don't like coffee with anything in it. Coffee makes me want to puke.
Okay, fair enough. Let's talk about birthdays because we didn't do that to start out the show. Do you know who this is?
No.
You don't know who that is?
Well, I do. His name is just escaping me. I'm. Plus, you don't actually care if I know who that is.
Ben,
You want to
when
be able to
you
like
sign your name, you're writing your
signature.
another word for signature is your.
I know who you're talking about. The name is escaping me.
It's not John Hancock. It's Herbie Hancock. Durr.
What?
That's John Hancock. When you write your
The Herbie
signature.
Hancock line was one of the dumbest things you've ever said, and it wasn't close.
Okay, but that's you being dumb because it's from Tommy Boy, and the fact that you don't know that makes you.
Why the fuck would I have seen Tommy? Next person, please.
Why would you have not seen Tommy Boy? It's one of the greatest American classics.
Next person, please.
All right, you know who this is?
No,
Ben. Look at
I
her.
don't
Look at her
follow
face.
pop culture or actresses or any of that crap.
This actually dated her cousin before. This is Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Do you know what she's from?
No.
It's Kelly Kapowski from Saved by the Bell, bro. She's 51. She's 51 years old today. Happy birthday.
Okay, you got to remember, you're how old? 38?
Yes, I'm 38. We'll go with that.
Okay, I'm at least 12 years younger than you.
Okay, so then you'll definitely know who this is.
No.
You're going to be 0 for 3 on this, Ben?
I just don't care either.
This is Rutger Hauer.
People's faces are not like memorable to me. So I might know who these people are and I wouldn't.
That's Rutger Hauer.
Who?
He's an actor.
You could have
All
told
right.
me that guy was playing He-Man and I would have fucking believed you.
No, he's got nothing to do with it. But you got to know, you have to know who this is.
Nope.
Really?
He looks like a detective from NCIS though.
Do you know who MacGyver is?
I know who MacGyver is, but I never watched it because that's from way before my time.
This is MacGyver. This is Richard Dean Anderson who played MacGyver.
Again, way before my time.
Happy birthday, Richard Dean Anderson. Happy birthday, Rutger Hauer, Tiffany Amber Thiessen, and You're Not Alive, John Hancock. I think he died in 1779. That's like a lot.
Can I ask a question about the birthday segment?
Yeah.
Is it exclusively for actors and actresses and famous people that you know about?
I mean, I could probably go do like an hour-long show on birthdays from like anyone from like a YouTube influencer all the way to like astronauts to
No, I know, but if like a current popular actor or actress had a birthday, would you mention it? Was more my point.
yes. I have to work with whose birthdays there are today.
Okay, so I'm just unlucky. Got it.
Um,
That was my only question.
no, dude, when it's man, I almost said Shakira, thinking that was your generation, but
Fucking who cares about Shakira?
You're
Fuck
even younger
Shakira.
than that. You're even younger than that.
I know who
When it's
Shakira
Justin
is.
Bieber's birthday, I'll let you know.
Fuck Justin Bieber. I hope he fucking rots in hell.
When it's Justin Bieber's birthday, I'll let you know.
I hate Justin Bieber almost as much as I hate myself, and that's a lot.
Ben, I just want to, I don't know. I want to play, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I love this so much. Just bear with me.
What the AI?
That was me not flying a plane.
That was AI. Nothing you ever show me will get me excited about AI.
That was actually my face, but it was put into I actually did that. I actually sat down and did that. That was not AI. Okay. So we're going to talk about another thing that you have no probably frame of reference on, and that is Masters of the Universe /
You're
He-Man.
right.
Do you... I mentioned it to you briefly in passing when I said, are you available to do the show today? And you were like, yeah, what are we doing? And I said, well, the Masters of the Universe trailer came out, and you were like, what's that? So
Yeah,
sent
I
you the
thought you were
trailer.
talking about the Darth Maul trailer. That's how confused I was. I actually didn't know what you were talking about.
Tell me about, is there a Darth Maul trailer that came out yesterday?
Supposedly, I didn't see that either. I'm so checked out of like all this pop culture shit because most of it doesn't fucking matter. Like 95% of it doesn't matter.
Okay.
That
I mean, the
I
show
just
we're
didn't.
doing doesn't matter, but we still
I
do
think the
it.
show we're doing matters a lot more than most of the shit going on in Hollywood.
All right, promo yourself, and then we'll talk about Masters of the Universe.
Go follow my Twitch. I'm supposed to be live over there right now. I'm not. Twitch.tv/BenGames99. It's a super fun place to hang out. We play video games. We talk shit. I'm usually a lot nicer to Damon there than I am here. Because
I'm not there.
Well, see, you just gave up the gimmick. You gave away the gimmick, Damon.
I've never joined your what is it? Lilo and Stitch? I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Next segment, promo's over. Keep going.
All right, and you got 2 marks and a spark. When are you doing that again?
Next episode should be up Monday.
All right. So finally, before we move on here, looks like right now we are off on Monday.
Why?
Unless I get some magical guest. But next week is all about the one and only Aaron Gum on Wednesday, January 28th at noon. We're going to take as much of this man's time as we possibly can. I will be doing research for this episode from the end of this show until the moment he steps on screen with us on Wednesday. That's the 28th. That's next week. I am working on the first female guest of the show for Friday, but we have not yet confirmed that she will actually be able to join us. And
Actually, you just had the first female guest. It was your cousin.
that's true. She was the first female guest to show her face on this program, and she's still sitting down there for some reason. All right. Yeah, you can sit in the green room. I don't care. There's literally no food or beverages for you there.
Yeah, there's no catering here.
There's no catering
We're not rich yet.
yet. Yeah, because we're going to be rich. But we might be rich after Aaron Gum comes on the show. That's going to be fascinating. It's going to be fun. Make sure that you're here for that. All right. And what do we got this weekend? Since we're talking about next week, just real quick, Ben, who do you got?
Seahawks.
How confident are you?
92%.
92%.
Oh, wait, 92.36.
Like, here's the thing, dude. That's all I'm thinking about because I already started, like, my hands are red because I started marinating the tarsu pork to take to my brother's, and that requires the red food coloring. So that's ready to go. So food and beverage will be taken care of for this game, but I'm nervous as shit, dude.
If this game was in LA, I would understand why, but it's not.
92%?
It's in Seattle. That's why I'm so confident. If this game was in LA, I'd be 50-50.
All right, let me throw this at you. This would make 9 wins in a row for Seattle, 10 if they win the Super Bowl. Is that possible for this team?
It's possible, but
a 10-game
when
win streak?
when I give my AFC pick, I'll give the caveat to this whole thing.
All right, well, you know,
because there's a caveat to your like dream picture here.
You know what I got? There it is.
I'm picking New England.
So you've got a rematch of the Super Bowl that we lost instead of a rematch of the Super Bowl that we won.
Because here's why. Have you watched Drake May play football for the last 9 months or the last 6 months or whatever?
Yes.
Have you ever watched Jarrett Stidham play football once in your life?
Yes.
Okay. Of what you've seen of Jarrett Stidham and what you've seen of Drake May, who do you think is the better quarterback of the sample size you've been given of both?
Drake May. It's no questions. No
right.
question about it.
Okay. Right now, today, I'm not talking about all time. Legacy is one thing. Today, who do you think the better coach is? Mike Vrabel or Sean Payton? Today.
Sean Payton.
I completely disagree with you.
Well, that's fine.
Mike Vrabel took a team that won 3 games last year and has them in the AFC title game.
Sean Payton won a Super Bowl and resurrected a city, and then he was traded to a team that had just traded away their next 3 first-round draft picks.
Oh, what Sean Payton is doing in Denver is incredible. I think he's a great coach.
All right.
I think he's an asshole.
Okay, so you don't like him, but that doesn't mean that he can't stand toe-to-toe with Mike Vrabel, dude.
He could if he had his quarterback. This isn't a fair fight. That's been my point with this game the whole time. This Vrabel-Payton game, this isn't a fair fight. If it was Knicks in there against Drake May, I would have no clue who to pick in this game. I would have no idea. It would be a coin flip game to me if it was Knicks versus May. But because it's Stidham...
I understand that, but I also know this. Stidham's not going to be Bo Nix, but he's going to be ready to play. All right? He'll be ready to play.
Yeah, and allegedly Max Brosmer was ready to play for the Vikings this year. How'd that work out?
I don't know what you want me to say.
It's an ample comparison here.
So, all right.
It's the same situation.
So you got Patriots, Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So do I. That's what I picked. That's what all of my videos have made on the YouTube channel have been.
How much of jackasses are we going to look like if it's Rams Broncos?
I mean, it could be, dude. Like that's
what assholes are we going to look like?
And I'm going to have to come on the show and be like, I'm an asshole.
We're going to have to eat so much crow. We might have to do a show Monday just to like apologize.
I mean, I'm not opposed to doing it, but I would definitely want to find a guest, which is not outside their own possibilities. I've got a lot of I purposely did not book this because I'm going to be traveling Sunday night. And I won't have a ton of, because I'm driving 2.5 hours to see the game with my family, my brother and my cousin Warren. And it's the late game. So the game's going to end at like 10 or 11, and then we got 2.5 hours back.
Ask Dane if he wants to do a show Monday. I'll be here.
He won't want to do a show Monday because he's got to work. But
tell him I'll give him $1.
$1. Yeah, I'm sure that he'll change his mind. He'll be right with you.
I had to try.
So, okay. So I purposely did not book this, but I'm not opposed to finding somebody and doing like maybe a later show or whatever. I don't know. I'm not opposed to taking days off here. In fact, I'm pretty much going to be taking the entire first week of February off because that is my brother's birthday in there, and then leading up to the Super Bowl, which is that Sunday. So my first show back maybe the 11th, maybe the 9th. It could be anywhere in the first week. I don't know yet. That's the cool thing about this is when there are shows, I'm pretty good about letting everybody know who and when people are gonna be on. I haven't had anybody cancel yet, but if we just set the expectation of, hey, we plan to be doing this 3 days a week, but we might not always get there. One more thing related to football, and then we will get to the Masters of the Universe. New coach for the Raiders. Who do you think?
No clue.
Keeping in mind, they have a terrible track record of picking coaches.
Speaking of,
this will be their fourth coach in 4 seasons.
they're
so
probably going to hire like Matt Patricia or something. I just wouldn't be that surprised. But did you hear? Not to sidetrack, did you hear the Bills interviewed Phillip Rivers for their head coaching job today?
No, I did not. That's
Yep.
interesting. Can we get back to the Raiders?
I don't care about the Raiders. Nobody does.
If they picked Gary Busey as their coach, you would care.
No, I wouldn't. Fuck Gary Busey.
I would watch the hell out of this. That would be the only thing that would make me
You
watch
have horrible taste.
the Raiders is if Gary Busey was their coach.
Okay. Here, let's think of
Oh,
like
what's in the flask there, or the
straight freaking Everclear.
No, it's Kool-Aid, dude. It's just like strawberry Kool-Aid.
You're full of shit.
Gary Busey is going to be the new coach of the Raiders. Period.
You wish.
Go ahead, give me your pick. Then
Matt Patricia, because it's going to be somebody stupid.
you think Matt Patricia's stupid?
Matt Patricia is stupid.
I know he's handsome.
No, he's not.
Yeah, he's very handsome. I can prove it.
You're talking about Belichick's old assistant, right? That's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about Matt Patricia. Right?
Yes, the former defensive coordinator for the Patriots and one-time head coach of the Lions.
I will prove to you how handsome he is. Are you ready?
Who got fired?
When I say Matt Patricia, do you know what he looks like?
Yes.
Can you picture him in your head?
Yes.
How do you not say he's the most handsome man available on the market?
He looks like a lumberjack. If a lumberjack fell on really hard times, like we're talking divorce.
He looks like what?
Like a lumberjack. Put that picture up again.
He looks like what?
Look at him. He looks terrible.
Dude, I think that's the hottest man alive, Ben. I think
Are you
he's
trying
gorgeous.
to say
He's
he looks like
absolutely
you?
gorgeous.
No, he does not.
He's absolutely gorgeous, Ben. Come on. You can't deny it. Gee
No.
whiz, guy.
I'm not known for being nice on this show, and I certainly will not be nice to anybody that was associated with the fucking prick that is Bill Belichick.
What if Bill Belichick is the Bills coach?
The Bills would never hire Bill Belichick.
If they wouldn't they?
Nobody's going to hire Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick will never coach in the NFL again.
So confident are you? Hmm? You know who that was?
Do you read anything? Honest question.
I read a lot of things. Why?
Okay, name the last thing you read.
No, I can't. I can't say that on here.
Okay, name the last thing that you can say on here that you read, jackass.
Okay, I'm currently reading a book called Christ Before Jesus. If you want to know the
That
truth.
sounds like foul dreck. Okay.
It's a very interesting book, In fact,
You need to start doing.
I know that we want to talk about Masters of the Universe, but we got an hour left, so
Actually,
we'll
you
get there.
want to talk about Masters
Listen,
of the Universe? I'm fine with whatever.
but I think you'll be fascinated once we get into it. All right, but
I probably won't.
I'm reading a book called Christ Before Jesus because it's written by a gentleman who says that Paul and Jesus never existed, and this book is his proof. So I'm reading the book. Dude, I spent a lot of time on TikTok in panels full of the most Christian, like, religious people that you will ever see in your life. And then I spend equal amounts of time with people that are completely against Christianity. They're atheists. All good people. All right?
Play a video game. Get a
All
hobby.
good
What are
people.
you doing?
I mean, video games after you're like 30.
That's just a bad take.
I mean, every once in a while, dude, I'll pull up Skyrim, but I mean, I am in my 40s. I'm not 38, Ben. Thank you for that, though.
Where's the time gone? You weren't 40 when we met.
I'm 47 now, so
Okay, maybe you were 40 when we met.
it was right around there, yeah.
No, because it was
But
after the pandemic.
The reason I'm reading the book Christ Before Jesus is because I want to have him on the show. Because I'm fascinated by people that both I agree with and disagree with. And right now, I'm in the stage of my life where I have all questions and no answers. So
You are both too open-minded and too close-minded at once, and I don't know which one's the bigger problem here.
well, that's the problem. Like, I deal with logic. And when there's things that I can't explain or that don't make sense logically, I'm not someone that can force myself to have a faith, right? And I envy those that can, and I see those people, and like they seem to have great lives, but they also seem to, every time something bad happens, oh, that's just the will of, and I'm like, I don't know.
Just do what I do.
It's just a way to explain away bad things that happen is to just be like, well, we didn't get this one, and I'm like, no, that's not.
Just do what I do. Admit the world
Logical.
has gone to shit. Admit the world sucks. There is no God. Atheism is
All right, well,
probably right.
that's the serious thing that I like. A lot of these people that are on the super religious side of things, they are like, Trump's the best president in the world, and I'm like, what God are you reading about? Like, like what God are you reading about in the Bible to say something like that, and then witness him outright saying shit like,
I
oh,
don't.
this woman was a domestic terrorist who ran over a guy with his car. When you can clearly watch it, and any rational person would say, okay, she bumped him. She did not run him over. And now she's got shot 3 times in the face. And that's somehow okay. And your president's
Don't
not
get
like,
me on my soapbox again.
Your God president is not like, we need to stop this. He's like, no, they have full immunity. Like, what are you talking about? That is not any part of any. I grew up in the church, dude. So I mean, I've been down the block. I know what's in the book. So none of that shit makes any sense to me.
You don't want
At
me
all.
talking about politics. We'll be here till 10 o'clock.
Well, I want to talk about what comes up, and that's what this show's about. So if anybody in the chat has any comments, negative or, whatever, I'm game to talk about it. That's what we do on the show. We got to talk about the hard topics sometimes. If you come with bullshit, I'm going to give you bullshit right back. I'll tell you that much right now, because I'm not interested in like any hard left or right opinions. I'm interested in the truth, and I'm interested in things that can be proven. So if that's what you got, give it to me, and we'll talk about it. But yeah.
The reason I don't like religion is because none of it can be proven.
I don't like religion specifically because it's hypocritical.
Well, that too.
It's, and I just demonstrated how. And I mean, do I have a problem with people that are religious? Absolutely not. Like, I think your faith and
I have a problem with structured
your
religion.
goodwill is beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. But I'm trying to reconcile what I'm seeing in real time with what you're seeing, and the two things oftentimes don't align. So when I have this gentleman from Christ Before Jesus on the program, I'm sure it'll be a heated debate because I have all kinds of questions, and he debates people online, but he'll never tell them whether he's an atheist or agnostic.
This doesn't even sound like a good time to me.
Oh, it's great, dude. It's great. I mean, if
No,
you don't care
okay.
either
Can
way,
I tell you why though?
Sure.
Can I tell you why?
Sure.
Because religion is just not something that interests me. I frankly don't care who's right, who's wrong in that whole thing.
Okay.
Religion has caused more wars than it's frankly worth.
I mean, you're not wrong there. But here's the thing. This particular gentleman is giving you evidence that Paul and Jesus never existed. So
I
would
still
think
don't care.
that would be like, oh, and he uses things like anachronisms and stellometry. Like, and those are big words that you might not know. Stellometry basically takes the writings of an author and determines if they belong to the person who is stated. So, and I'll give you an example, Ben. There was a book that was out. I don't remember the name of it. I probably should if we're going to go down this rabbit hole. But the book was written by a gentleman, and they ran it through stellometry against the works of, like, I don't know, 1,000 different authors. And you know what it came back saying who wrote the book? J.K. Rowling. And they used stellometry to say these are the types of words and sentence structures and phrases that this author uses. And she was kind of like, okay, yeah, you got me. I wrote that. So that's kind of cool that there's a system out there, statistics, that you can run that program and know who authored what just by the words that they use and the phrases that they
Folks, if you need any more proof that humanity's going to shit, everything we're talking about right now is clean and clear.
That's still, he's basically saying that this show sucks, and that's okay. I don't care. It's not his show.
No.
So now the second thing
I think the show is good.
about, anachronisms are things like this. Okay, Jesus lived. Do you know how old Jesus was when he died? He was like 33, right? So he would have died in 33 if 00 was his birth year, right? I mean, we're looking at the calendar and we're in 2026. He would have been born 2026 years ago.
I'm going to say yes, even though you've completely lost me
if
here.
You don't know that, folks, that's how the calendar works. BC is before Christ. AD is after death, right? So 0 would have been Jesus' born. 2026 is 2026 years after. So in 33, when this supposedly was taking place, and I'm just saying as an observer, I don't claim to know anything right now. I'm all about questions, and that's where my mind is at. You have words in the Bible that was written in the 2nd century, right, which is over 100 years after he died, about times that were taking place, like the word rabbi, right? The word rabbi is used in the Bible about the times where Jesus was alive in between 0 and 33. The word rabbi was not commonly used or even around until 70. So we're talking about anachronisms, things that don't make sense within the context of the Bible. How can you use a word?
Yeah, but everybody knows this stuff's been rewritten and retranslated and redone 75,000 times.
I know. That's just one example, Ben. That's just one. There's this guy. I mean, like I said, I'm in the middle of his book, so I don't have all of those answers, but I'm fascinated by it. I will finish it, and I will give out copies to people that are watching that are interested, because I told them I'd buy a couple and get him out to people if he would appear on the show. And he's going to do it, but we got to figure out when that is.
Can I ask a question before we move on here?
Yeah, please.
And maybe this is me being young, not caring how much longer I live, frankly, and really just kind of knowing the world's in the shitter and there's not much we can do about it. Why does anybody care about religion at this point?
Ben, that's such a disingenuous question to ask.
Like, if
you're
not
asking
already...
people to just not care about the meaning of their existence. I get it that video game Ben doesn't necessarily give a shit at age 27 what his purpose is.
Now you're being disingenuous.
Well, no, what's your purpose? You don't wonder what your purpose is?
I don't give a fuck.
Okay, so you don't wonder.
No, that's not what I said. I said I don't give a fuck. I did wonder, but here's the thing. Here's reality, at least from me.
So I'm not in reality?
Well, you are. That's your reality. Everybody perceives reality a little differently. But here's the deal. When you are me, I view myself as meaningless. Everybody else matters more than I do. Okay, that's how I view things.
So you're self-deprecating.
To an extreme degree, one would argue.
You're butt pooping on yourself.
So why would I care about my purpose when I don't care about myself? Because I don't care about myself. Why would I care about my purpose?
But don't project that on other people.
I don't. I'm just telling you how...
The literal question you just asked was, why do people care about religion? I understand why you don't now. But are you now projecting that on other people? I kind of want to call Jenny back. Because she's got like a weird take on this stuff. I wonder if she'd be willing to talk about it.
I don't want to talk about religion anymore because I'm just going to get myself in trouble and Russ probably...
No, there's no trouble. There's no trouble.
No, dude, you're going to get me in trouble. I'm not doing
I
this
am an agnostic right now. All right? I grew up in the church.
You do not sound like it. I just hope you know that.
Dude, why? Because I have questions? I'm reading a book about Paul and Jesus not existing.
I guess I lean more on the atheist side of agnostic than you do then. That might just be what it is.
Let me explain what agnostic means to me, okay? And then you can tell me where you're at with it. But this is not a conversation that we run from. Like, we talk about the shit. I wish other people would jump in the chat and be like, dude, you guys are both going to hell or something like that. That's cool. Like,
I hope I do.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Agnostic to me, in my sense, means I feel a force. I feel like there's a reason for things to happen. I feel like there's a purpose on this planet, but I feel like it's beyond what my human brain could comprehend. Like, where we come from is beyond what my human brain could possibly comprehend. And that leads me to have questions. Now, I'm not like, oh my God, I got to get the answer to this. If I die tomorrow and I don't have the answers, I'll know. I'll know or I won't know. I'll just be gone, or I will know, oh man, I should have... But here's where I run into problems with religion, Ben. Do you want to talk about what agnostic means to you, or do you understand where I'm at?
I understand. Okay, agnostic is a very broad term, and it can mean... It's kind of a spectrum of feeling on religion in so many ways, because you can be where you are and be agnostic, and you can also be where I am and be agnostic. Like, we're not necessarily that far apart. You are just a little more open to believing than I am.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'm open, but I don't see any way that anybody can close that gap, because the logic is never gonna... Like, if I could just have blind faith, that would be fantastic. But
for me, on my end of the deal here, I don't understand this whole idea of blind faith like you're talking about. I don't get that either.
I don't get it.
I think that is blatantly foolish at best and something much more dangerous at worst. How you can go to church when they're talking about Donald Trump being the greatest, these churches that are talking about Donald Trump being the greatest president of all time, I don't know. And there's massive churches doing this, by the way. This is not a, individual Christians doing this thing. This is churches perpetuating this because there's PR behind it. So obviously there's churches behind it because regular people day to day, Mary Sue in Tuscaloosa with her 3 cats at 78, she doesn't have a PR team.
Right.
But her church probably does. Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
My point in all of this is not to make people hate me or make people think I'm going to hell or what the fuck ever. My point in all of this is you have more of an interest in this than I do, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not calling you stupid for that. And I'm not calling anybody who's religious stupid.
No, I wouldn't care if you were. Because everyone's got to have their own path. And some people will never go down the path. Some people will start walking down it and be like, oh, I shouldn't have done this. Some people will get to their destinations a little quicker than others.
No, I was raised in a religious household. That's why I know I hate religion.
Okay. I hate what it does to people. I'll be honest with you. There's not... you've got to look at religion differently than church. Church is where religion runs into big problems for me. Religion itself,
but they're the same. They run the same.
Well, no, the religion doesn't require me to spend any money. The church does.
No,
right?
True, but modern day religion would have you believing that the church is essential. Blind faith would do that.
Right. And I spent the last 24 hours in a room with somebody that held up the Bible and was like, every word of this is true. All right, I'm gonna call Jenny because she's got some weird ass shit. Sorry, Masters of the Universe people. We'll get to you, I promise. Even if we have to cut out the... It's fine.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. Jenny, you're still in here. She's still in the green room.
All right, we're going to bring her up. I'm going to bring her up. What's up? Can you hear me?
Hi, yeah, I can hear you.
So, have you heard us
talking about... This is my
about...
subject, you know that.
Who's the asshole here? Can you settle this? Who's the asshole?
Neither of you are the asshole. Spirituality is a personal choice, whether you have it or not. It doesn't matter if you are an atheist or anything. It's what you are as a human being, whether you're connected to the source.
See, Damon, neither of us are the asshole. I knew I liked her cousin.
Yeah, she's okay, but I don't.
I'm a witch, so
yeah. So there's that. I don't understand that. Can you explain that? What is
that's
a witch?
Believing that all of Earth has an energy and all the stones, the water, everything is an element, and you feel it and you're connected to it, and it's a source of magic.
So Obi-Wan Kenobi was a witch,
basically, if you want to look at it like that.
Now, witches normally have a bad negative connotation. So how do you go around saying that you're a witch and not have people want to hang you or burn you at the stake?
Because that was man that was religious making those rules that witches were bad. It's just like the Bible. He said 75,000 times it's been rewritten. People that were religious made up rules about witches when it was just honoring the earth and treating illness and connecting the animals and things that are good that we do as people anyway.
Okay. So would you say, boy, this is going to be weird. What do you view as God?
As if this entire
I was raised religious, and I see that as a problem now because, well, it's not really a problem because I connected to the light my whole life, but people put their belief on it. So I had to find my own belief, and I had to read and study everything to find it myself. what made sense in my stomach. And if you hate religion, that's fine, but you're still connected if you're a good person. If you're evil, then you're going to keep reliving life over and over again until you sort it out for
Well,
yourself,
yeah, and I look
basically.
at Ben and I see Ben as thou shalt not kill. He's not going to kill anybody.
No,
Thou shalt not steal. He probably will
as a
covet his
correctional
neighbor's wife.
officer, I see
He
this a
will
lot
he
because
will probably covet his neighbor's wife.
I don't even know if I
Stacy's
have.
mom's got it going on.
I don't even know if my neighbor's married, dude. I know nothing about my neighbor.
Well, it was just a joke. Relax.
I recommend, if you're curious, check out Morgue Official, because
Who?
he breaks down all the crap about religion, and he's an ex-religious person, and he has gone and proved what's true and what's not, and it's just fascinating.
How do you prove what's true?
Yeah, how do you prove any of this stuff?
What's
I
true in your
mean,
heart, basically, what's true in your heart.
so it is faith. You have to
But
have a faith.
what he does is he goes and he the Nag Chama. Okay, I can't say this. The Dead Sea Scrolls. Have you ever heard of those?
Yes.
Those were found in the 60s, so they're the most untouched recordings of anything that was religious. But he goes back into way before Jesus got there, way before any of them got there, and the texts that were left in caves and stuff that were kicked out of the Bible. That's what he studies, is the things that were kicked out of the Bible.
Yeah, there's like 1,000 ancient manuscripts, including
Mm-hmm.
the oldest known copies of the Hebrew Bible, right? The
Yeah,
text, and it was discovered in, I believe it was the 40s, not the 60s, but
you're
whatever.
probably more right than I am. I am 50, so.
Yeah. So, and they were written in Hebrew, Aramaic, and
Mm-hmm.
Greek, I believe, was the final language. But this is where I find it problematic. Okay, somebody that holds
Mm-hmm.
up the Bible and says, "I believe every word of this," they're still using their interpretation of somebody else's interpretation of supposed
Right,
God's word,
Of somebody
right,
else's interpretation.
of
right.
supposedly the word of God, right?
Yes.
So when somebody tells me in a live that I'm sitting in that they go to church and their pastor is a woman and the
Mm-hmm.
leader of the group says, "Brother, you got to get out of that church. You're breaking the word of God. Women are not supposed to be in a leadership role over men," which I
Mm-hmm.
find in today's society, I find that a disgusting take.
Yeah.
And then I ask myself, do I want to be part of a religion,
Do you have to be though?
whether it means my eternal soul or not? Do I want to be part of a religion that looks down upon women as second class citizens?
You don't
And
have to be.
well, I know that, Jenny. I'm explaining what these people
Okay.
believe,
I
and
know. And I hear you.
he goes, dude, you don't know my pastor. She's one of the most loving, amazing people on the planet, and she helps everybody. And he's like, yeah, but when she gets to the gates, she ain't getting in. And he's like, you're telling me, bro, the church that I go to, this woman has spent her entire life preaching the word of God, is a believer in God, and has helped everybody that's ever asked for her help, is going to go to hell because this one verse of the Bible says that women shall not lead over men. And he said, with 100% confidence, yes. And I sit there and my mind just explodes.
My mind wants to do the same thing.
That is insane to me.
My brain is exploding, and I'm.
I mean,
like,
how do you
Those
reconcile
people
that?
are running our government right now.
And then there's women that are in the chat going, I don't feel like a second class citizen at all. And I'm like, dude, you have to understand that one time I wanted to go and get my child from her mother who was religious. And she's like, well, my husband doesn't want to facilitate that between your mom and getting your child because, you have to work late or whatever. And I said, well, what does he have to do with it? He's not her father. I am. Let's work this out. And she told me, she goes, and she was 100% serious. She goes, if I let your mom come and get your child instead of you, I'm going against my husband's wishes, and I would be submitting to you instead of submitting to my husband.
What a
And they
load of
believe
horse
that.
hockey.
But to me, that's no different than cults. People that get brainwashed
Thank you.
to follow this and believe it.
Thank you.
Dude, I
They're
want so
brainwashed.
badly to like have any of it make sense to me, but I will tell you right now, if reading the Bible and believing in all of this to save my eternal soul requires me to shit on women, I'm not going to do it.
I'm buying what
I'm
Jenny's
out.
selling.
I'm
I'm
out.
buying what Jenny's selling here. I don't know what Damon's been talking about for the last hour, but I like what Jenny's
He's
saying.
he's looking. He's wanting an answer to what he can't tolerate. Just like if you take Trump right now and how people are still following him, I don't know how that's possible. Because I love my father, but he's a Trump supporter and he's super religious. And I just can't understand that. I can't understand his ability to not be able to think for himself and to follow something says and use that as his truth. And I can only attest that it's brainwashing.
First of all, I'm surprised that you're not a Trump supporter considering your line of work, which
No,
has
but
become
I'm in it. I'm deep in it.
has become predominantly right wing, as I'm sure you'll confirm.
Yes.
I mean,
Yeah,
it is
Jenny, have you ever considered working for ICE?
No.
I'm pretty sure
Right now I find myself supporting the Black Panthers that are standing up against everything that's happening.
So, just a question, like, can you confirm what I've been hearing, which is that corrections officers and law enforcement in general has swung hard right, and there is no doubt about that?
I would say it's about 50-50.
That's
because
closer than I thought it was.
If you go back in the day to where how prisons were ran before they started getting people with more mental illness, because I was shut down all their mental health schools and hospitals. They're coming into prison now because there's nowhere else for them to go. And so they have to hire people that have a new way of thinking. And they can't be that right-winged shut down brain. They pretend to be because there's still people there like that. But you have to be more open and focused on better ways of helping people, or you just won't survive there.
See, that's so interesting to me that that's happening down there, because the state of Iowa, at least from outside perception, has swung right.
No, you're right.
Just politically as a state has swung right, where, you know, Minnesota has kind of gone the other way from pretty much everybody around us. You know, look at Wisconsin, they've gone hard right. Michigan kind of floats in the mercurial in between.
He's in Minnesota, if you don't know that.
I'm sorry. It's got to be hell right now.
Outside of Minneapolis, it's not anything too bad. Just because what they're not telling you, and by what they are not telling you, I mean like the right. What the right isn't telling you is before they got here, it really wasn't that bad anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It, like, you want to know when it got bad? When they showed up.
Well, brace yourself,
Right.
because there's 1,000 more coming your way.
Well,
anyway, we can move on from this. This will not be the last time that we talk. Really, it's just too fascinating of a subject, and I'm too deep into like what's
I
happening.
hope it's the last time I'm here for it, because it
people
probably is going to get me in trouble.
It's not.
It's
Ben,
just
you're
not your
gonna
cup
get
of
in.
tea,
There's
we get
nothing to get in trouble about, dude. Like, do you work for a church?
Hell
Are you
no.
like the offering plate guy?
You would think that was funny.
Then nothing is going to get you in trouble. Like, I
Wait,
realize
can you
that it's
confirm
not
that you would think that was
comfortable.
funny if I did? Can you
It's
confirm
not. I don't know who's watching. I know there's a lot of people watching right now, and I don't know who they are. And they could be judging me. I have no idea, but I got to be honest about it. I wish there would be more people talking about it in chat, because I'm happy to share.
But see, that's
whatever
driving me
insight-
nuts right now.
Whatever
That
insight
people
you
are
have.
not doing anything. They're just
I mean,
like, oh,
look-
I'm scared.
Yeah,
I don't blame
get
them.
it.
I don't really want to. I didn't want to talk about this either, but Damon started, so I'm on the show, so I have to.
I mean, Sorry, I will.
It's a terrible thing that's happening, but we have to stand up against it, or it's never going to change.
We have to at
These
least
people
talk
are
about it. All right,
these
like
people think that it's okay to hurt and harm other people, and it's
I know
not.
it blows my mind. I don't get it.
Oh, I'm okay talking about the crimes that the alt right commits or the right wing of
But
this
okay,
administration
but
commits.
here's the thing, Ben. You can't just say that and then not talk about the crime on the other side. Like that's the bias. That's like the crux of what's splitting us apart.
Oh yeah, the crimes of the left, aka the Clintons.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Let's not show
The
up for
Clintons?
our. Let's not show up
Yeah,
for
they're
our
guilty
subpoena.
for sure.
I mean, put them away. Put them all away.
I listen. I don't like politicians. Period. Most of the time, there are very few that I do like, right or left. I don't really care which side you're on. If you commit a crime, goodbye. Just like me and Damon talked about this the other day. If you cheat in a professional sport, go fuck yourself. Get out. Goodbye. I never want to see you again.
All right, Jenny, I'm going to drop you out. Thank you for your insight.
Nice talk.
Give me your cat.
Don't give him your cat. Okay. Listen, you can talk
And
about Masters of the
dropped.
Universe.
Yeah.
You can talk about Masters of the Universe. I'm going to sit back and listen to you bitch about this.
All right, so Masters of the Universe, greatest toy line of my childhood, Ben. And I still want to own these. Look at how colorful that is. Are you familiar with any of this?
No, you might as well be having a TED talk about this right now because I know nothing.
Well, that's cool. I'd still like you to engage or ask questions when possible. Okay?
I've heard of Skeletor, but that's about it.
That's this gentleman right here in the purple.
Did you know Skeletor has actually been licensed out to like several different video game properties over the years?
I'm sure that's true. Do you know any off the top of your head?
I'm pretty sure it was in a Mortal Kombat game many years ago.
Because he has a number, like he's got the funniest memes ever, dude.
Yeah, he's in a lot of memes. He's been licensed out. I'm pretty sure he was in a Mortal Kombat game. Maybe it was a Street Fighter game. I can't remember. It's one
I
of
think
the
I'm
two.
going to keep this meme up here for the show. So I can access it anytime I want. But
I was gonna make
it's Skeletor.
I was gonna make a joke based on that meme, but you'd have taken it way too seriously and got mad at me. But
I mean, it is what you want to say this to me. Is that what you're saying?
specifically about one thing, and that is whenever you're like, but maybe there is a God. I'm like, no, dude, that's where you lose me. Anyway, Masters of the Universe. How's the trailer? Is it good? Does it look good? Did they make it look pretty?
So, well, there's a little more to it than that. Okay, these toys were from my childhood, right? And they made a cartoon based on the toy line, which is I want to say that right. I think the toys came first, and then they're like, we have to make a cartoon to back up these toys. And like some of the names, like He-Man, like Man is like, think about it, it's the stupidest name for a hero. Let's look at, you've got Web Store, Jitsu, Clawful because he's got claws, Merman, a guy that because he's in the water. You got Triclops, a guy because he has 3 eyes, Trapjaw because he's got a weird jaw, Evil Lyn, and Beastman, who is in fact a beast. All right, these are just like the bad guys. You have He-Man, Ram-Man, Man-at-Arms is the name of one of the characters. Stratos, Zodak. You got Orko. You got Prince Adam, etc., etc., etc. Anyway, the toy line was fantastic. I had all of them. Me and my brother had all of them. Okay? And all we wanted growing up was a movie to go with this. Like a live action, you can do G.I. Joe. Why can't you do He-Man? So in 1987, Dolph Lundgren, you know who that is, right? He was
No.
in Rocky. He was the Russian Rocky fought.
Oh yeah, I know. I know of him. I didn't know that was his name.
Yeah, so you had the most awful. I'm just going to tell you now, Ben. This movie was awful, okay? It featured Dolph Lundgren, and I'm trying to find. Here you go. This is the cast of good guys. So
Okay.
Orko was. You see this little furry guy down in the corner?
Uh-huh.
He's holding what's called the cosmic key, which is what opened the door between Earth and Eternia, which is where He-Man is from.
Right.
The sorceress is back there. You got Tila, and then of course Man at Arms. Right? Okay, this is awful. Awful, awful, awful. And just looking at the guy in the bottom corner with his name is Gwildor. There was a character, a floating character that had like a ghost that had no face. His name was Orko. Well, they weren't using a ton of CGI for this movie, so they invented a character named Gwildor. And here's the difference. Gwildor is the one at the bottom, and he's replacing Orko from the cartoon. Orko was why do I always say musician? He was a magician that every spell that he cast would be incorrect. So whatever he was trying to do, the spell that he cast would end up doing something else. And he was totally comic relief. Gwildor, not funny in any capacity. Most annoying thing about the old film. So let's get that out of my face. I'm tired of looking at that.
Can I ask a question? Based on the
Please.
trailer that you saw, do you have any assurances this thing is going to be good?
Yes, I got a boner the moment I saw it. That boner has not left. And it may
Okay.
not leave until June 5th when I get to see this.
Can I ask you a question, though?
Yeah,
You acknowledge that this is not a guaranteed good movie, right?
I agree.
Because no movie is guaranteed to be good.
I
There's
agree.
no guarantees with any movie ever.
It doesn't need to be great, but let me give you a couple of facts about the old movie. 1987 had a budget of $22 million. Okay, it earned only $17.3 million back, which is a terrible return, especially when this film came out at the height of the closest time that the cartoon was relevant. The cartoon has gone through many iterations between the original and now. I think it's been re-released and rebooted like 3 different times. Kevin Smith did the last one. I think it was on Netflix. And they're all different takes, but they all keep relatively the same functionality of the characters and what they look like and their backstories, etc., etc. This new film has been going through the hands of people since like 2008, dude. So it's been, and at one point Netflix obtained the rights to make this movie, and the complaint has always been the original movie was awful. It had nothing to do with the original storyline. The characters were flawed, and I'll show you evidence of that here in just a moment too. So let's get it right. Netflix got it, and I had confidence that Netflix was going to turn this mother out. They spent $30 million, which is $8 million more than the original budget for the 1987 film. $30 million in development, only to lose it. They couldn't agree on a director or writer, but they had already spent $30 million in development. So then it goes to Travis Knight and Amazon Studios and MGM. So now you have the power players that you need to
And
get
there
this
would
film
go
made.
my trust right there, at least for me personally. That
And
would flush it.
What?
I don't trust Amazon. Continue.
I don't understand that. You don't trust Bezos? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, he has nothing to do with the movie studio. Okay? Prime movie studio and MGM working together give this a budget of between 170 and 200 million dollars. And this trailer and this stuff looks every bit of that will be spent making this movie. And this is the problem, dude. I showed you that cast photo, right? Just let's look at it real quick. All right, that's 87.
I cringe looking at this. This doesn't even look good.
This is 2026. Okay? You have Idris Elba as Man-at-Arms. You got Kristen Wiig as the voice of the robot up here. Roboto. He-Man there, and then Cringer. You can't see it, but he is green. He's supposed to be green. The cat is supposed to be green and yellow, and he is, in fact, green and yellow. Now, this takes place on Earth at the beginning, and this is what I love. Okay, his name was Adam in the cartoon. He was Prince Adam when he's not He-Man. His alter ego turns him into He-Man when he has the sword of power. All right, they show him in his office, and I'm gonna do my best not to curse here, but. For those of you, you can see Adam Glenn is his last name, and you can see on his desk name tag that his pronouns are listed, he, him. Now, if this bothers you in the slightest that Adam Glenn has his pronouns on his desk nameplate, congratulations. This was for you specifically. Okay, and I love it because it's the biggest slap in the face to people who like to think that others are snowflakes. So yeah, eat shit. Actually, you know what? Eat me my shit. Okay? Everyone has pronouns. You can't say I don't have pronouns. You can say I'm going to be an asshole and I'm not going to use your pronouns. What?
I love the rant you're on. It's perfect. It's amazing. But saying me, my shit was a little ridiculous.
I know. But I actually wrote it in my notes too.
Okay. Carry on.
Eat me, my shit.
Okay.
My
like I
butt
said,
poop. Eat my butt poop. How about that?
everything else, fantastic. You're doing great. Just
Look,
go.
the thing is, people had a problem with this character on the far left. You see the gray-haired dude?
Mm-hmm.
Man-at-Arms. He is the father of the woman right next to He-Man, which her name is Teela. Now, in the cartoon, she's adopted. So fast forward to 2026, Idris Elba, the guy next to the robot, plays the same character. And they're like, how can a black guy be the father of Teela, who's clearly white? And it's
She's
like, man,
adopted.
why do you care about that? Why and this is where it's getting hard for me not to curse, dude, because I'm so mad at how stupid people are. Why the fuck do you care what color Man-at-Arms is? Is that really going to make you not watch? Are you that mad that they included? Are you going to be like, oh, they just did that for DEI? Dude, shut up. Like, shut up. Actually, don't go watch this movie. You don't deserve it, okay? If either one of those are your opinions, that you're going to be pissed off that they use pronouns as a slap in your face because you're a stupid ass bigot, then don't go see the movie. I don't care. I'm going to enjoy it and I'm going to clown on you and I'm going to laugh at you for being such an idiot. All right. Sorry about this rant. This really makes me mad, dude. I've been reading people's comments online. If you watch this trailer, which I could break protocol, Ben, and I could show the trailer on here, it will give us copyright. But it's out there. Just go watch it. It's like 2 minutes long. It's brilliant. And I'll show you as much as I can without blowing it. Okay, here we go. Let's look at this. This is Skeletor, played by Frank Langella in 1987, versus Jared Leto as Skeletor in 2026.
I just don't like Jared Leto. That's my only issue.
Dude, you're not even going to recognize that it's Jared Leto. Who gives a shit? Can you tell that's Jared Leto?
I mean,
Can
now
you
that
tell
I know,
that's Frank Langella? You can't.
I mean, it's a little more obvious that's Frank Langella, to be fair.
I mean, fine, but look at the difference. $22 million budget, $170 million budget. This is epic, folks. This photo, that I'm not a fan of Jared Leto. I thought he sucked as the Joker. But this is my childhood, dude, and he's not recognizable. This is the best scenario. If he could do just the voice, this movie's going to be incredible. Look at this. That is badass, dude. Absolutely incredible. Cringer, you can kind of see he's green there, right? Now, you have Castle Grayskull. This blows my mind, dude. I know I'm super passionate and stoked about this movie. And there's one particular thing that I thought was when I watched the trailer. And yeah, I'm going to admit this. I broke down in tears, okay? I got goosebumps and I broke down in tears when he lifted the sword and said, I have the power. This is from the movie. This is from the trailer, dude. And in the actual cartoon, when they're showing the intro of the show, they do this every time. And he does the I have the power, where he raises the sword up and gets all of his power. This is a screenshot directly from the trailer. And it really moved me because I was so disappointed with 1987, dude. Here's another example. Do you know who this is?
No.
This gentleman I interviewed once with my brother. His name is Anthony DeLongis. He starred in the 1987 movie as the character that he's posed next to here, which was General Blade. There is no General Blade in the cartoon. You clearly spent money of that $22 million on character development for the original movie in 1987, but you used it to invent a character that did not exist in the original cartoon? Dude, there's 4 bad guys that go in this movie alongside of Skeletor and Evelyn. Guess how many of them were in the actual cartoon? Just one. Beastman. This character's General Blade. Look at it. I mean, you look at him. It looks like there's some costume design. How about Triclops? This is a character from the actual cartoon. You're telling me that you spent money on General Blade, but you couldn't use that same money to make him Triclops? Is this costume too hard to develop? What were you thinking? This would have been an easy thing to do and help make the movie recognizable to fans of your franchise, but you blew it, you absolute morons.
Just goes to show you Hollywood never changes.
Dude.
Hollywood never changes, folks.
Unbelievable, these guys. So yeah, Ben, I'm excited about this film. It's going to be good. And
I will not be seeing it.
It can be bad and still be good to me. The point is, the cartoon is cheesy as shit, dude. So the source material that they're using is going to have a considerable upgrade for this movie to be considered good. The thing is, it represents a piece of my childhood. And I'm sure that you have Pokemons or whatever you grew. I don't know. What did you grow up with? You're the same age, roughly. My kid's 28, so she's just a year older than you.
She's not even a full year, but anyway, dude, look, most of the stuff I grew up with is not stuff people my age normally grew up with. Like, I grew up watching The Wonder Years, which was long off the air.
Oh yeah, I love that show.
By the time I was even born, it's just. Like, for me, like, the things I get excited about now are, like, I'm enjoying the current Spider-Man film franchise. I'm not enjoying the MCU as a whole, because I think most of the MCU is a tattered up mess.
So who is it now? It's
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland. He's great.
He's doing fantastic.
He's great. Yeah.
But my problem with modern Hollywood is the same problem it sounds like the 1987 film had, which is they spend all this money on character development, and you could apply what happened to that movie in 1987 to a lot of movies now. They spend all this money on development of these characters and and they don't use the actual source material, and then they wonder why their films are bad.
Dude.
This has been happening for decades. It was happening before 1987. It happened clearly there, and it has happened since then yet again. Hell, the first attempt they made at an MCU was very, very similar to that, in that they would just make people up. DC's notorious for it pre-James Gunn.
Why do we do this? $22 million is enough back then with inflation to have done it right. Like, you could use the same story, but at least have characters that resemble what it is that you're trying to portray. I mean, why go and get Dolph Lundgren with the blonde hair and the big muscles to play He-Man when you don't give a shit about the rest of it?
I want to know why they went and got Dolph Lundgren anyway. Because I never thought
they
he was
needed
that
a
good.
name. They needed a big name.
I just didn't
play.
think he was that good of an actor.
I mean, that's debatable. He's an action star. This is an action movie, so it kind of makes sense. I don't know.
I mean,
who else would you have gotten back then?
I don't know. I also don't know when they were casting this, so I don't know who would have been available.
Would have been like 1985, 86.
So Sylvester's out. Not like you to cast him anyway.
I mean, Schwarzenegger. Then you got He-Man talking like this.
You don't want that.
No, you don't want that.
I don't even know who you could have got, honestly. I don't know who they got now. Who do they get now? Because there's like, who's the guy?
My brother put it the best yesterday. He goes, hopefully this movie is better than Skeletor coming from Eternia to Earth to find He-Man and ruin Courtney Cox's prom. That's what this movie is about. I reviewed this movie earlier in 2025. For some reason, it was one of the 1,800 movies that I reviewed. I gave it a 58. Now, just for context for those people, the Movie Shelf is the company that I operate under for my movie reviews. Anything that gets a score below 60, which I consider 60 is like, you should watch it. Below 60, don't watch it. Below 60 also gets a puke face on the review. So on He-Man, Masters of the Universe, 1987, a 58 received this puke face on the review. And I looked that up yesterday before I came in here. Anything over a 90 is considered A-list, and we'll get this symbol.
I just want to point out that I have not seen a single film that came out last year.
Okay.
I don't think. If I did, it was... No, wait. As I said earlier, I've seen like 3 or 4, and most of them were like some of the worst movies I've ever seen. I'm pretty much sworn off modern Hollywood. I think it's all dreck and crap and throw it out the window for the most part. I will make exceptions, Spider-Man.
What do you like? I mean, what's your genre? What is it that hits with you?
I'm weird, man. I like, I'm going to be honest. You remember like the Breakfast Club and like Ferris Bueller's Day Off, like those mid 80s comedies that were made on the cheap and you could kind of tell.
So you like teen comedies?
No, that's not the genre. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about comedies that are well written, well directed, and clearly have some thought put into them, because comedy now is dead in Hollywood.
Well, you're talking about the Brat Pack kind of movies. The only thing that really kind of resembles that today is the Apatow gang. You have movies that are comedies that have like upgraded.
But I think
the
Judd
level of
Apatow
comedy.
sucks.
Dude, don't say that. Please don't say that, dude. It's so many good movies, dude. You got Knocked Up, which was that whole group of people. Hilarious movie. Superbad was one of the funniest movies I've ever seen in the theater. You got Freaks and Geeks, which was an amazing television show.
And I also like sci-fi, but again, sci-fi, that genre has gone to shit.
Do you see Dune?
Dude, I want to like Dune. I really want to like Dune. I want to love Dune. I have tried so hard to love that movie.
Okay. What do you not like about it?
It's so slow.
I give you that.
It
I think if you read the books first, you probably you just love the movies. Like
It
it's
would-
a given.
it-
Like it's a given.
I have not read the books, and the problem is the movie moves at the pace of a snail.
Do you like Lord of the Rings?
I love Lord of the Rings, yes.
Oh,
But
you saved yourself, Ben. You saved
but
yourself
those
a little
aren't.
bit.
But the glory days of Lord of the Rings are not coming back. I can
No,
rewatch.
that's not true. There's 2 new movies coming out by Peter Jackson. It's going to be amazing.
I have no confidence. I don't trust modern Hollywood, dude. That's
It's the
it.
same people that did the originals.
That have been infected by modern Hollywood.
Oh my God. They were modern Hollywood when they did these movies.
Yeah.
You're just a cynic, dude. It fucking pisses me off. You piss me off.
I'm not a cynic.
You
I'm a
are.
realist.
Everything sucks.
Most things do suck.
And you're not a cynicist. Are you kidding me, dude? Listen to yourself.
You know what doesn't suck?
What?
Or what didn't suck that I didn't get to talk about because you didn't give me the opportunity?
Talk about it.
The college football national championship on Monday. What a fucking football game that was.
That's true. Why didn't we talk about that?
We've had 2 shows to talk about it now. What a football game that was, huh?
It's not that
That's
I
a
didn't
hell of a
let
game.
you talk about it. You just didn't talk about it.
That was a heavyweight fight. Miami would throw a big right, knock Indiana down. Indiana'd get up and say, okay, watch this. Bop. Miami goes down. And Miami just kept getting up. And Indiana has a 10-point lead multiple times in the second half, and Miami just drags themselves back every time, it feels like.
Dude, the block punt was the game changer.
The blocked
sure.
punt changed the game. But I just... Listen, I hate Carson Beck. I think Carson Beck is
Of course
a
you do. Who do you love? Tell me some things that you love, Ben. We got 3 minutes left in the show. What do you love?
I love doing 2 Marks and a Spark with Uncle Russ.
Okay.
I love working on this show when I get the chance to.
Okay.
I like working on computers. I wouldn't say I love that. It's a lot of bullshit most of the time. I like playing good video games. There's a lot of bad ones. There's more bad ones than good ones, trust me.
I'm asking you for things that you love, and you can't help but throw in everything that you hate along with it.
Damon, you're asking me to name things that I love when there's so little to
When
love.
you're like, I don't love anything. Then just say I don't love anything.
What is there to love in 2026?
Oh, life.
I'd never loved
Baseball season's coming up.
Probably the
Super
last
Bowl's
season we're ever
coming
going to
up.
have.
The Super Bowl's coming up. This new He-Man movie's coming up. I've got a
You're
list
going to
of
watch that,
movies.
not me.
I got a list of movies that are coming up that I can't wait to see.
Can you start listing those? We've got a minute and a half. Tell me some movies you're looking forward to.
Well, let me get my list here.
I'll tell you if I'm going to see them or not. I'll just say yes or no.
You're
I will
gonna
not
say-
add any
you're gonna
additional
say no
commentary.
on all these. Solo Mio, the new Kevin James movie. It's going to be stupid as hell, but
No.
it's on my list.
You lost me at Kevin James. Sorry.
Masters of the Universe, the new Wuthering Heights movie is coming out. Supergirl.
Yeah, I'll probably see that.
in June.
Yeah.
Just to name a few. There's a ton, dude. There's just a shit ton of movies coming out.
I'll probably see Supergirl. I won't see Masters of the Universe unless it comes out and it ends up being good and you tell me it's good and I'll watch it when it's on Prime.
A new movie with Jason Momoa and what's his face from Guardians of the Galaxy coming out. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But
Dave Bautista, I
yeah,
assume.
it's on my list.
Isn't that what buddy cop film they're doing?
Yeah, and I don't like action movies. My genre is drama, and I love
You
it.
don't like action movies, but you like He-Man? What?
I mean, dude, it's here's the thing. Like, He-Man's gonna satisfy the child in me. Okay.
If it's good.
No, what I've seen already has satisfied. Like,
That's
the
called
fact that
brainwashed.
It's gonna be made right. The shit's gonna be made right. at least. It may not be great. It might not. I mean, it's not going to win Oscars, even if it is great. It's not going to win Oscars. I love movies that don't have any explosions, no CGI. It's all dialogue. Movies that you would probably hate with the.
I like movies that are heavy on dialogue. I loved Lincoln. That movie's all dialogue.
Yes, and it's historical as well. But how accurate is it?
50-50.
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah. I mean, but there's a movie that just came out recently called Family Rental with Brendan Fraser. And he is in Japan, and he is an actor that's struggling to find work. And he stumbles into an agency where you act as a rental family member for somebody. Like if they want to go out on a
I think I saw
date.
the trailer for this.
I gave it a 90, dude. It made the A-list. It's just a beautiful film. And Brendan Fraser, he expresses love and warmth like no other actor.
What's the name of this movie again?
It's called Rental Family. I'm gonna do a few history things, and then we're out.
I have a hard out of 10 after to say.
Well, we're not going to be here at 10 after, so. Historically, on January 23rd, 1959, Buddy Holly recorded his last recordings in his New York City apartment. He did this alone on an acoustic guitar, and he recorded 5 songs, including Peggy Sue, Peggy Sue. 1954, the world's largest cheese, Ben, is produced in Wisconsin for the New York World's Fair. Guess how much this largest cheese weighed? 34,659 pounds of Colby cheese, requiring the milk of over 1,000 cows, and it had to be made over the course of weeks, and it had to stand up for weeks during the fair and hold it. But that's a record. No cheese has ever been bigger than that cheese. Yeah, the more you know. 1968, Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. Have you ever heard of Laugh-In? I know you heard of Saturday Night Live. Laugh-In was the original Saturday Night Live. Premiered on NBC on January 23rd, 1968. It was a sketch comedy show, basically. Also in 68 was a big year, dude. Aretha Franklin's 14th studio album, Lady Soul, was released. It would later become Album of the Year. 1968, the NBA also brought in 2 franchise teams, the Milwaukee Buccaneers and the Phoenix Suns. 1970, the first commercial Boeing 747 flight, Pan Am, flies from New York City to London town in 6.5 hours. 1973, George Foreman TKO's Joe Frazier in 2 rounds to win the WBC and WBA heavyweight boxing titles. And he did that in Kingston, Jamaica. Frazier went down 3 times in both rounds. That same day in 1973, George Foreman wasn't the biggest winner. In a landmark decision, the U.S. Supreme Court legalizes abortion via Roe v. Wade. Harry Blackman states that the criminalization of abortion does not have roots in the English common law tradition. And God damn it, it should still be there today. I don't care if you agree. It's just wrong.
I agree with you. I don't know
it's wrong to deny women health care. And if you are on the side of that or even want to give it to the states, what the hell is wrong with you? Will Clark, 1990. He's the NL MVP. He signs a 4-year deal for $15 million. Why am I even bringing that up? Because we just had Bo Bichette signed for $42 million a season for 3 seasons. And you're telling me that he's anywhere close to
Ladies and gentlemen, we are headed for the lockout of our lifetime.
Ben, did you know 98, the Minnesota Wild picked their name? Wild.
Yeah, it's still a stupid name.
On today's date, 98. 2006, Kobe Bryant scored 81 points. That's the second most points ever scored in an NBA game. You know what number 1 was?
Wilt with 100.
Wilt with 100. That's correct. 2010, I wanted to go more into this, But Conan O'Brien has his last show, Tonight Show, amongst massive controversy.
What
And
a fantastic late night host he
in
was.
28, he's the best. He's the GOAT, dude. In 2018, this I really wanted to go into, but the U.S. government ends a 3-day government shutdown, after an agreement in Congress to extend funding. There's been 3 shutdowns recently of the government, all under Donald Trump, and the last one was the worst. That's all I got for today. Ben, thank you so much. Our guest was the amazing Kyle Hickman of the television, or not the television show, the podcast Munson's at the Movies. Make sure you check that out. And next Wednesday, folks, the one and only Aaron Gum, January 28th, will be with us until he decides to hang up on us. So I'm Dames Marvs for Ben Shrewsbury and Frankie J. I'm going to have to say...
Such a stupid fucking meme.
Just hold on, bro. I'm not good at this. What music do I want to go out with? How about Night Driving? Goodbye, everybody. Thank you for watching the Dames Marv Show. I love you all, and I'll see you on Wednesday the 28th with Aaron motherfucking Gum.
And Frankie should be back.